literally put the picture up that you gave me. I don't know what more you want me to do.
I didn't give you that picture. When did I give you that? I wouldn't have given you that picture.
That was
Show me where I sent you that picture.
Welcome to the mess.
Hey guys, it must be Thursday night. We are Nerdly Gaming, and these are the Edgelords and Murder Hobos. Everyone is apparently super excited about the pictures of themselves that I put in the new trailer that they sent me.
I did not send you that.
Okay, that was
great.
Hold on, that was pre me losing 25 pounds though, so
Look, you guys give me some new pictures, I'll update them. I got it all set now. I'm like an expert at this stuff now, so no worries.
okay, I'll send you a new picture.
To be fair, I sent you 2 pictures, so both were equally as terrible in my eyes. So you,
man, you guys
couldn't win with that one.
The truth is, I love this trailer. I really do.
It is.
We'll do some new stuff at some point, but I love having you guys in there. So I've got a really super cool idea that I have to learn how to do. But once I get to do that, it's going to be even cooler. So we are going to do some new pictures. I'm going to have to get some new pictures from you guys, but we'll work on all that. That being said, it is Thursday night. We are Nerdly Gaming, and these are the Edgelords and Murder Hobos. I'm not sure who is what. Sort of seems to vary from
both.
week to week.
It depends on the episode.
yeah.
I am super glad to be back. Last week I got to take a week off, and the esteemed Fax Fox ran the crew through a pretty fun one shot. That was pretty awesome. This week
TPK via
Oh
wolves.
my god. Instant PPK.
Almost
TPK.
This week it's back to work, baby. We have a awesome, fun-filled episode for us tonight, as our new, latest, and greatest cast member has been added, Big Bees.
It's a pleasure to be here, guys.
He is bringing in a new PC that was introed at the very end of last week. Bees, do you got a little maybe 30-second rundown of this character of yours?
Sure. All right. So let me read my 3-page. No, I'm just playing.
See, I have
His
to be
3-page background.
I have to be very explicit with you guys. I'm learning.
All right. So he is a 9'1" Goliath Tempest cleric. He has, as you can see, dreadlocks and a fantastic mustache.
Hell yes, he does.
He is an old friend of one of the members of the group.
Which one?
Guys,
No
I
idea.
think it's Jake. I think it's Jake.
Okay. There was that
You'll
one
find
bar
out soon.
at night.
Yeah.
A little too drunk,
Got a little lonely.
but it's okay.
Well, we got
Really
a little preview of
He's
that.
the warmth of a mustache.
That night, you felt the thunder.
I think last week we actually got the preview of that
Yep.
of that friendship, right?
He is a friend of Elona.
Yeah, and how do you guys know each other?
From back in the day.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in them monastery days.
Oh, that's a really big picture. Uh-oh.
All right, so are we gonna just like go all up into the lore?
No.
right
I
now?
just want to get like the sort of
No.
quick overview. Yeah, just a little
Elevator
intro.
All right.
pitch, man. Come
So,
on.
Real quick, they were friends back when she was in the monastery.
Yeah.
He did work. Him and his mentor did work at the Temple of Cord that was close to the monastery. And sometimes his mentor would take him there to do any kind of odd jobs for the monastery, help out while he was there. And being there, he met Elona, and they became friends. And she punched him a lot.
A lot.
Punched him.
Is that what they're call? Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Is that what it's?
Yeah.
Elona wasn't a whore in the monastery. That was an after the monastery thing. Thank you.
Post monastery.
Look, all I'm saying is that you seemed pretty experienced at the seduction haka thing by the time we saw it. So I don't.
Just a natural.
I'm just,
That's
you know.
just sheer natural talent and the gift of rerolls
Dance.
via the audience. That's
right.
all the seduction haka was.
All right,
You're correct, Bagor.
We'll go with that line. So you guys actually were friends in the monastery, and one day it was a pretty sudden departure, right?
Yes, his mentor finished because pretty much the whole reason behind all this was that he was the mentor wanted Ordolf to go out and see the world, and the best way he could do that with also teaching him, to be humble and life lessons of that sort was to go from Temple of Cord to Temple of Cord to help with repairs, meet people, like networking, help out any way he could, with the towns in the nearby areas, just to give him some life experience. So it was just kind of a go there, do some stuff, and then off to the next adventure.
That was
So
that.
he managed to squeeze out like a little bit of time to run out and let Elona know before he was snatched off into the sunset.
Oh. And that was that until last week. But here, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves too much. Senor John, or the great Zavroski.
Senor John.
Do you have, can you give us last week's recap, sort of what happened last week? And
Session 18, 2 weeks ago.
Session
Roy.
18. Yes, what?
Roy?
Cameras are messed up
Yeah, I was about to say
on the stream.
I'm looking a little pale for my character.
Oh no.
Oh, I also want to point out with the addition of bees, we are the most diversified party on Twitch now.
I love it. Oh,
Yeah.
John,
We have everybody now. We've covered all the bases.
John, can you do the camera shuffle real quick, John? Yeah, come back in.
Aha.
So I am still last.
You
No.
are still last. I don't know how that
No, I'm
happened, but
last.
sorry.
You might be-
Take that, John.
That's good.
We are, yeah. How cool is this, man? We are super diverse. There's only a single American white guy. We get a couple of Canadians. We have a woman. We have a black guy. We have a Hispanic. Man, this is super great, man. I love it. I love it.
Until the Asian community comes in and is like, what the fuck?
Look, man, I only got so many camera slots. Okay, I only got so many camera slots. Oh, by the way, we are gonna need. Oh man, we do need one of you. Okay, so let's see. No, you guys cover. Okay, the two white guys, Canadians. I need one of you guys probably to be
lead.
the gay guy. I'm gonna need one of you guys to be.
Wait, but I'm LGBTQ, so that's fine.
So we do have everything, kind of most things
Yeah.
covered.
And I'm demisexual, so I mean, I'm covering
He's
that
also under
base.
that flag.
Oh, wait, we're not gonna
I
get.
have my own flag, so.
We're not gonna. No, I'm not getting into that whole conversation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you for noticing.
You asked for this. Now I need to give my background.
Roy can be replaced by the
My
Asian.
7-page background.
Fine. All right. Let's see.
Focus!
Where were we? Oh, yes, that's right. John, I'm sorry. The great Zavroski. Last week.
All right. So 2 weeks ago,
Oh, yeah.
we start off with Jake going to visit Zelfarn. He rode out, casted Thunderwave above the water, and soon enough, Zelfarn appeared. Jake talks to Zelfarn about Sorcerer's power, eventually asking him about a blood pact to gain the Sorcerer's powers of a dragon. Zelfarn is fascinated but hesitant at first and asks many questions about the pact. After that, Zelfarn asks Jake to return to him within 2 settings of the sun to hear his answer, and Zelfarn flies off to seek out some of his own answers. While that was happening, Elona was reading more entries, Cole was training some sword work, and Zavroski went off to teach more lessons to the Castellanters. While leaving, Zavroski met with Lady Castellanter. She asked him how the lessons were going. They talked a bit about how those were going well, and then she mentions that she would do anything for her children. She notes to Zavroski that he's part of a resourceful group of people, and she may have an issue that she needs help with. They talk about a private matter that she needs help with that cannot be shared. She mentions that her family is wealthy and people are envious, and with that, a cult in town had struck a deal with Asmodeus, and her children were now in danger. Their souls had been sold to the devil. Even with the Castellanter's amount of gold, they could not buy out the curse, and they need to find the hoard from Lord Neverember to be able to pay off the devil.
What was the buyout price for the contract?
I believe
So much.
it will cost a dragon shy of 1 million dragons.
One
1
shy.
million dragons.
One shy of 1 million dragons. And almost an impossible sum of money, surely.
So she told Zavroski that she wants his group to find the hoard for her, and she does actually mention that she has other people employed to do the same. But whoever finds it first will get a 10% finder's fee, and they estimate the lost money, embezzled money, to be worth 500,000 dragons. After that, Zavroski returned to the bar, and we got to get a bit of knowledge about what Elona was reading about. We did a bit of history.
Oh yeah.
An orc tribe living in Waterdeep. The Night of the Crimson Storm was the focal point for where exterminating orcs was the right thing to do. Most of the orcs were killed, and streams of blood were in the street from all the fighting. And then we had Cole was actually reading out some of the entries to us in his great voice.
Yeah. So and that sort of it turns out that there was a time in Waterdeep where there was this sort of civil unrest, or there were some movements, right? Because Waterdeep was a big city that welcomed all these races, and this large tribe of orcs ended up moving into the city. And Cole had a collection of writings that were sort of excerpts from these different writings that found some support for the orcs, a lot of resistance against, a lot of hatred against those orcs. So we got to sort of get a taste of a snapshot of 20 years ago. 20 years ago, ancient history. No one could still be upset about anything that happened 20 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Surely.
Definitely not
You
the
don't know our
21-year-old
half-orc
half-orc.
Yeah. So many of the entries were about non-humans and orcs being unwelcome, and they were slowly getting more heated. One of the particular ones at that point in time was Marim Thetis, a blacksmith from 20 years ago, was told by the Marquis to lie about non-humans stealing supplies or be shut down. If he does lie, he'd end up being the head blacksmith for the Marquis, and he notes that he has to think of his 3 girls with what he's doing to keep making the living. Then we flip back to Jake coming back from Zelfarn and him realizing he needs to get registered with the city to use magic. He initially decides to try to visit Vajra on his way back from Zelfarn. But she was unfortunately busy, and Riffraff tells him to reserve with the guild in the city.
But I made progress with Riffraff. I feel like we're bonding. There's a
You guys are
bond
like-
building there.
Uh-huh.
You're getting much closer.
Yeah. Win him over, and I will win Vajra over.
He is the key.
You're in.
That's how that works at all.
That night, Zavroski went to meet with Mert to discuss a few things with him. He finds him at the theater, but soon realizes that Mert is busy that night with a game on his shoulder. And Mert says he'll meet them for breakfast the next day. They do a quick plug of the Spirits of the Hydra in the theater, with Zavroski making a little display. And then Zavroski departs. Elona tries to visit Lord Melshimber during the day, but unfortunately he was working till dusk, so she does end up returning back. Then, Elona brought some of the books and translations she was reading, asked Sammy Melshimber if he knows more about her mother's death and it being cited by the Lord's Alliance. Lord Melshimber explains some of the history and tries to explain the Lord's Alliance perspective a bit. Elona gets a bit angry in the replies, but then Lord Melshimber tries to ensure her that he is not siding with any side. It's just not his job to judge what laws are right and wrong, but enforce them properly.
That is the nicest Sammy has ever been to me, by the way. That instance was the nicest he has ever been.
He's a nice guy.
No, he is not.
He probably likes you a lot. Come on.
He's just strict.
He's misunderstood people.
Threw me
That's
in
right.
a monastery for 6 years.
Hey, he could have
He must
exiled you
love me.
permanently. He could have exiled you forever.
Yes.
She doesn't really get any other information she wants out of that exchange and leaves not too pleased. Still. With that, Cole did also visit the guard watching the City of the Dead that night and discussed with Ambrose about having the guards move positions each night, and has a short conversation with Ambrose about warlock powers, but Ambrose doesn't quite understand what's going on. And Cole actually ends up disappearing in a cloud of ravens.
Like that.
Misty Step.
That's pretty cool. Cole, your spell descriptions are so good. They're just so very good.
That night, Elona reads a few more entries. They are much more heated. There's a lot more hate against the monsters, and one from a orc perspective, and then later on one from the perspective of a human who hates orcs. With that one, she ended up destroying her room, and Cole goes to drop off one more translated entry. The next day, there's a quick meeting with Mert in the morning. We talk about the Growlhounds that we found out about them through the Nimblewright, through the temple. And Zavroski mentions Kalena of the Nine Waters, as he has the missive for the dead gnome was from Kalena of the Nine Waters. Turns out she was a mistress of Lord Neverember for some time and was a famous artist, but Lord Neverember killed her reputation after no longer seeing her. And then Mert kept on mentioning the Grand Game, which is all the major players trying to find Lord Neverember's embezzled treasure within the city. Mert tries to warn everybody or Zavroski and Cole about getting into the Grand Game, as it can be very deadly, and says it'd be prudent to have no enemies and as many friends or allies along with you. And with that, he does also say he'll follow up looking into Kalane a bit, see if he can get some information on the Growlhounds. That day, Jake spends at least half the day at the good old DMB to get registered with using magic.
The what?
The good old DMB.
Which is what is the DMB?
I'll let Facts.
I honestly can't remember. I'm trying to remember. Department
of Magic something.
Bureaucracy.
Department of Magic Bureau or something like that, wasn't it? I hope somebody remembers it, because I can't remember what it was. It was off the cuff that I came up with it in the first place.
I may have.
Someone watch episode 18 again and let us know.
That's a good point. A very good point.
Bagger said he just caught up on all of them.
So. Department of Magic and Bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy. That's the word I went with.
The Department of Magic and Bureaucracy. Yep.
I had been watching Futurama, so.
But still go back and watch last episode, because it's... All right. Sorry. Right.
And with that, Elona ends up reading the last note, I believe.
Yeah.
And actually read that to us herself. It's good to watch. The big information from that one is from 20 years ago, Grand Marquis of Belneuse is going to use the rumors to incite the violence against the orcs. Written by Duchess Mirgrimsby. With that, instead of destroying the whole room, Elona actually gets quite drunk during the day instead.
Coping mechanisms.
Day drinking hype.
That night, there's a bit of an upscale crowd from the theater that Zavroski plays for. And then the group heads towards the City of Dead to try and catch the Necromancer again. Halfway there, the group notices the street getting quiet and finds themselves in the middle of a gang fight about to start. They manage to quickly leave before any attack them. And a minute or two later, as they're walking away, they hear guard whistles and actually notice Griffin Riders flying over top as shadows.
Yeah, glad we got out of that one.
We straight up ignored a gang fight.
I'm impressed that we actually convinced Elona.
I'm proud. I thought for sure
Elona
you
wasn't
guys were
in
going to
any
be
mood to fight.
Yeah, I thought for sure you guys were going to be in that, and that was going to be a mess because it was going to be a huge scuffle. Like, as you guys saw, the City Watch was coming in force, like Griffin Riders and everything. That's not, man. Woo.
I think that is the one time you guys would be glad Elona was upset. Because if she wasn't upset, she would have been in the middle of that tussle.
All right, and with that, we actually ended up reaching Ambrose Everdon to join the watch that evening to find the Necromancer. We didn't end up having many events in the first few hours. After a while, Elona did slip off to find her mom's grave, eventually finding a small marker with the symbol her father wears. She knelt beside it and talked to the grave to tell her mom, "I'm going to find who did this to you and make sure that they never see the light of day again." After that, she saw a raven land by her mother's grave. And then unfortunately, we did not find the necromancer that night. The next day, Jake says he's going to head to the DMB again, but actually goes to meet with Zelefarn.
DMB covered?
Zelefarn warns Jake against doing the pact again, but will agree to do it. He says if Jake could protect himself from lightning in some fashion, he will do it right away. Jake then goes off to purchase a lightning potion and returns as quickly as he can. And Zelefarn flies the two of them out to a cliff side away from prying eyes and transforms himself into a unbelievably good-looking human.
And then he touched me.
To make the pact. They each cut their palms, and then after the blood was flowing, clasped their hands together, and Jake kind of felt a feeling as if he had grabbed a live wire as the power worked up his way up his arm. And he saw many visions from miles above the world, lightning flashing, going through a storm, and eventually found himself kneeling down with Zelefarn above him in human form. The cut was cauterized with a silver scar, and Zelefarn actually told him he had not been breathing for a minute. He was worried for him, but afterwards, Jake was quite exhausted, but overall okay. And with that, Zelefarn dropped Jake back at his boat and mentioned that it's odd feeling that he can now sense Jake. And he's very curious where things will lead. And with that, Elona ends up talking with Cole about the raven that came by her mom's grave. And Cole tells her maybe an omen from the Raven Queen, or it could be just a bird. Elona then asks if Cole could talk to the Raven Queen. And Cole explains that the raven came after Elona at Elona's mom's grave, that it could be a likely sign that the Raven Queen is watching over Elona's mom. Cole then mentioned he could try to communicate with the Raven Queen in the small shrine in the tower. And Elona explains that she would like that to happen, as she can't quite remember her mom's face, and she'd like to see her mom again. And then Cole prays to the... Cole
I'm not crying, you're crying.
To ask for this gift in Elona's dreams. As that's happening, or after that happens, Elona leaves to clear her head and wanders the street, lost in her own thoughts. As she's walking down a street side, workers on a scaffold are calling out as it's about to fall over, when a giant of a man comes out of her, holds up the scaffolding, and makes sure all the workers get off. And as he turns his head, he notices Elona, and he runs up to her, lifting her up, and says, "Elona." She hugs him back in shock, and Bees has joined us.
He has joined us. Thank you. Yeah, so that's quite an emotional roller coaster. A few minutes for Elona. She got to make this fantastic emotional connection. This fantastic emotional connection with Cole, and they've been sort of developing this kind of whatever connection for a long time. And it was a very, very touching scene.
I'm gonna cry again.
And so Elona was sort of leaving that and kind of just trying to just roiling all these thoughts in her head and roiling. And in the middle of all that, she looks up and there's like this old acquaintance. What's the word for
We're
friend?
Friends.
And you say he's just a friend. Oh baby, no.
Literally just a friend.
Why?
I was literally just about to join you, and then you cut off.
Oh, sorry, man. We could have been like,
Baby, you.
Literally just a friend.
Oh yeah.
We don't have the rights to the song. Stop it.
Shit. Yeah, great. Now,
Hey, fair use. It's fair use up until 24 seconds. We're good.
Besides, we were off pitch enough. They'll never recognize that with the audience.
I was definitely off pitch. I was definitely off pitch.
You found there was a pitch? Are you sure?
All right, so let's open that scene as Elona is sort of walking around in the blocks, and Ordath saves this thing, and you guys can have a minute to get reacquainted, or I don't know.
As soon as Ordath puts me down, I slug him straight in the fucking face.
Yep.
He knew it was coming.
Ah.
What the fuck?
Same Elona, as always. It is good to see you too.
She's gonna like touch his face and make sure he's real and not like a figment of her imagination or something like that. And then
So-
she's gonna, yes.
No, I was gonna say, as you're doing that, you're touching it. He's just standing there, and out of nowhere goes, "Boo!"
God
and
damn
starts
it.
laughing.
Mustache is new, and she's gonna like your fucking mustache because that was never there before. I don't hate it. It's new.
Okay. Good to
We
see
need
you
a character.
too.
He's gonna shave his mustache now.
Yeah.
What? You're here. What? Why?
Well, first of all, great to see you again as well. You know, wonderful friend. Great to see you. Secondly, do you remember Jet?
Uh-huh.
He is missing, and that is actually what brings me here. I am trying to find him, and the clues that I have found so far have led me back here, surprisingly. And in a million years, I did not think that I would see you.
So for those of us who don't know, who is this person?
Who's Jet, please?
Oh, Jet is my mentor. He is the after some events happened in my tribe, I was cast out and left for dead with a poisonous arrow stuck in my back. Pretty much on the cusp of death, a group of priests from the Temple of Cord found me, and
Well, wait. I don't want to spoil all the backstory. I just want to get a quick.
okay,
So this is the guy who you've been following.
yeah, he saved me.
Yes.
Yeah, he saved me, and I've been following him since.
Yeah, and so when you knew Elona at the monastery, you left because he continued on, and you were with him.
Yes.
And now you're coming back because your mentor is actually
Gone.
missing.
Yes.
All right.
Missing.
So, I'm sorry he's missing, but also, and she's just gonna hug him again, and just not let go for like a couple minutes.
He's got one arm around her and then kind of pats her on the head twice. I see you have grown a little bit.
I mean, it's been years, so that's what people do is they
It's been
grow.
4 years.
I wasn't keeping track.
Oh, neither was I. I just So, how have you been? Yeah.
Well, I am out of the monastery, ta-da!
That's good.
I'm gonna grab his arm and I'm gonna start leading him back towards Spirits of the
Ah.
Hydra.
Oh, where
He gets
are
no
we going?
choice. Well, you remember Jakey, right?
I remember of him.
Yeah.
You spoke about him. I've
He's-
never met him.
Yeah, you're gonna, and that's where I'm
Okay.
dragging him to go meet Jake.
All right.
And back to the Spirits of the Hydra.
All right.
This is our bar. I have a bar now. I don't know how it happened, but I have a bar now.
Listen, I didn't work out the details,
Wow.
but
I didn't. I just have a
I
bar.
wasn't part of the deal. I was just added to it.
yeah.
Yeah, just
So-
there was an amendment on to be like, oh yeah, Elona too, I guess.
So Hector, you've been kind of hanging out here, and sort of you tried to contact the Raven Queen, and after Elona left, very emotional. You know, you were like, oh, you know, feeling really bad for her, and you head downstairs to the bar to sort of hang out with Leaf, the ghostly bartender down there. And as you're sitting there at the bar, you hear heavy steps clomping up the entrance, and you glance over, and in the door walks Elona. And she's actually sort of beaming. She's like excited and happy and dramatically turned around from where she was just minutes ago. And then behind her ducks in this enormous person thing.
Mustachioed man.
Oh yeah, it's this guy. And she's sort of holding his arm excitedly. And Elona, you walk in, and the first thing you see in the bar is Cole sitting there.
Cole.
Yes.
This is Orgath. He's my best friend. And he was gone for a really long time, and now he's here, and and she's gonna like present Orgath.
Hello.
I don't know who you are, but it is a pleasure to meet you. I am very happy that you have changed her mood somehow. She left here so sad.
He looks over at her. What happened? What?
Not important. Not important right now. We'll talk.
It's
later.
very important. What are you talking about?
We'll talk later.
Orgath walks across. As he walks across the floor, you hear the floorboard sort of groan.
He walks over and extends a hand to Cole.
Okay, and he'll shake his hand.
Man shake.
Right here at the
Yeah,
Beastmaster. Hello.
Do you want a drink?
Leaf.
Sure.
Whiskey.
What do you have here? What?
And you'll see a glass of whiskey start floating over to our desk.
Thank you. I appreciate it, but I do not drink alcohol. I
What?
apologize.
Oh, you're gonna fit in with this group real well.
Wait.
I have never.
Wait.
I actually have never had it before.
Well, now you can, and I'm gonna push you
today
closer to
will
her.
be your first day.
Built-in designated driver.
Please. You have made my friend very happy. So please take this drink.
Okay, I've been out of my comfort zone for a few days now. It's a special occasion. I will drink one. It is fine. Sure. So,
Good job, Cole.
he just picks it up and he looks at it like,
It will make your whole chest feel warm.
And Elona's gonna grab one and just down it.
So he was trying to figure out how to drink it, like if he should sip it or not, and then sees her do that, and he's like, "Oh, okay." Oh, not
wait, no! No! For your first drink, you should not do that.
Oopsie.
Oh man!
Oh wait! Oh shit! We lost him. Oh
He's
no!
dying.
We broke bees.
Drop the game.
We broke bees. Oh man. See, that's how you know you're really in character when you're
When
actually.
you knock over your own camera.
What?
Oops.
Now look,
Oh.
feel your sinuses and feel your chest. It's warm. You're clear.
It is true. I can definitely smell clearer than weeks.
Yeah, your eyes are watering. Your throat's actually on fire. It feels like you just drank liquid fire, basically. Yeah.
Firewater, yeah.
And you drink this just for pleasure?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's nice and fucked up.
Very fucked up. You should you should have a drinking contest with Zavroski.
Oh my god.
Idea.
Zavroski!
No.
Where's
down here!
No. No way. No
Why
way.
not?
Because
I feel like this
that
leads to
was
a
hell. I just
This is
drank
a montage
liquid lightning
of
or
drinking at the
fire.
bar.
I'm not going to. No.
Look at this. Look at the face of his artwork. That's the face he gives you. The face of utter disapproval. No.
No
But-
way.
Okay, maybe next time then. Huh?
Yes. You could
maybe.
watch Zavroski and me have a drinking contest. That way you understand the rules, and then you can do it.
Oh,
And this will be the first one without Wish.
As that's
no.
happening, Zavroski is finally coming down.
Without
the
what?
steps.
Yeah, this is like.
Oh wait, no,
but-
Jake's.
Well, I'm not there. No, I'm
Jake's
not
not
there.
there.
Yeah, my bad.
I'm just
Elona-
making commentary from the side.
Elona's shouting out at Zav. He's like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, she's so happy. Zavroski, this is Ordath. He's my bestest friend in the whole universe besides Jake. Don't tell Jake I ever said that. He'll punch me in the face.
Jake actually, as you walk in, Jake, you hear, don't tell Jake if he hears that he'll punch me in the face.
I need to get gloves first.
What?
So he's not there.
You need to get what?
I need to get gloves before I go home.
Gloves? What gloves?
That's what I need to get. Exactly. What gloves?
Covers good old scar.
I got a scar that I don't really want people to notice. I'm not really trying to put out the whole dragon thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
gloves,
sure. Yeah, you just put that in your inventory. We don't need to.
Yes.
Yeah,
Jake with leather fingerless gloves.
anything like that, you just.
Everyone was wearing fingerless gloves.
Yeah, if you need any mundane item, let's just put that in, subtract the cost or whatever, and put that in your character stuff. No problem. Yeah, so you walk in with your fingerless gloves, sort of like maybe still sort of shell shocked or kind of taken in.
So kind of like the hands feeling a little stiff.
Yeah,
there's some after effects.
Oh yeah, in fact, your whole mind, like I said, your mind has been expanded in a way that is really just hard to even fathom, and you're really still sort of like churning over. It's like when you wake up from this super vivid dream and you're kind of trying to go over all those memories and you're like, oh yeah, and you're like remembering little details here and there that you kind of forget, and then you remember another detail, like, oh yeah, and you kind of walk in and you walk in as you're sort of pushing in the door and you hear Elona's loud voice, but don't tell Jake that or he'll punch me.
As Elona says that and Cole sees Jake walking through the door, he's gonna be like,
What? Are you okay?
Punch me for what?
Jakey! And I'm gonna run and hug him.
Jesus. Oh. Okay. What's going on? Whew.
Zavroski looks at Cole. Is she on something new?
No. I mean, she found someone from her past that made her happy.
She's never
This is
been
just
happy
Elona
to see
happy.
my
That's
name,
all.
so-
Yeah, nobody's ever seen Elona happy.
It's very weird to see, but I think she's
Completely
just
new
happy.
thing. Yeah.
Wordolph is still dying. Just
Jakey.
Yeah. What's up? What's up, Elona?
And she's gonna like turn him to face Ordath. This is Ordath.
Okay, this is a new face. Who's Ordath?
That's a big face.
A friend from my monastery. He kept me sane.
A friend from the monastery. Well, player heavy. A friend of Elona's a friend of mine. How's it doing, big guy?
it was great until about 30 seconds ago.
Nah,
he tried whiskey for the first time.
Oh, was it the sipping? Did you guys give him a shot of the sipping whiskey?
Okay, well, I didn't.
He saw.
I told you guys you're not supposed to shoot that shit.
Well, Elona
but-
shot it back, and
Yeah.
he saw it, and that's what he thought he had to do.
Yeah, we didn't explain the rules of
I
sipping whiskey.
tried to stop him, but he was already done by the time I started.
Yeah.
You'll get over it. You'll like the next one. Pour him another one. Let's all become friends. I definitely need a drink after the day I had at the DMB.
Maybe you want something a little less harsh for some first drinks, and Zavroski's gonna
like
find a nice,
water.
like a smoother wine.
In fact, your whole stomach, Ardath, is sort of like, oh, what the hell?
yeah.
You're like, yeah. I mean, you're warm and fuzzy. Don't get me wrong. It's a nice feeling. You're sort of seeing
Definitely warm.
you're seeing what Cole was talking about with being warm and fuzzy, but like now your stomach's like, oh, I don't know.
Wait,
really?
had you had anything to eat yet?
No, I have not.
Oh, this may be a problem.
Oops.
Mm.
Oops.
Oh, it is already a problem.
Look
Yes.
away now. Quick, look away. No.
But Ordath, this is Jakey. This is Jakey.
Jake, I have heard a lot about you. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Funny enough, I haven't heard anything about you, but I guess Elona doesn't really talk about her time at the monastery that much.
It was not the best, and I'm not too surprised that I was not brought up.
Well, the not being the best, that's the one thing I do know. Not a fun time.
It was shit.
Man.
That's what she usually talks about, it being terrible.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
Oh,
don't need to
a
go
lot of-
into. We don't need to. We can. Let's talk about something else.
There was a lot that she had to deal with. It was not the best time. No.
Let's talk about something else.
So our large, gigantic friend, because you are,
Yes.
wow, you are really big.
Thank
That's
you.
what she. Never mind.
What?
Someone had this.
brings
Come
you-
on.
What brings you to Waterdeep?
Actually, I am in search of someone. I am looking.
Aren't we all?
I am actually looking for my mentor. His name is Jet Brun. I don't know if you've ever met
Does
him.
that name ring a bell to any of us?
Me.
Well, yeah, Elona knows who it is, but no, not in modern history.
Hey, you say he went missing.
Yes, he's been missing now for about 3 weeks. And I have been looking for him, and the trail has led me back here.
Well, any friend of Elona that needs help, we will help.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
My name is Cole. Hello.
It is a pleasure. I am Odolf. And he like extends his hand
big
again.
ass, big ass handshake again.
Yeah.
You see Cole kind of flinch a little because he's getting his hand crushed.
To change the mood of things,
Please.
and he looks over at Elona and he's like, since she has not spoken of me, I'm assuming she hasn't given you some of her nicknames back at the
Oh,
monastery.
please
No,
do tell
no,
me. Yes.
No.
This is gonna be good.
no,
This I know is
no.
gonna be good.
I am stalking Ordath in the face again.
Oh yeah, it's on. It's on.
No.
It's funny because
What,
it
Dad?
has to do with punching. So one of the names that she
I'm
got.
gonna grab 6 more drinks from Leaf. And just,
Leave.
every time he says a nickname, I'm just taking a shot.
Cole and Hector are both like this.
Please. 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 I'm
They
begging you,
used to
please.
call her the Brown Terror.
The
And
brown terror. Wait.
The brown-
We need
Wait.
more background on that
No,
right
please
away.
don't.
The
I will
brown
explain it.
terror.
She remembers this. She
No.
remembers.
Please, no.
She was accosted in the monastery by a I don't know exactly what he was. I think he was visiting from another temple, but I think he was a priest, and he was not the biggest fan of orcs. So he had an immediate distaste for Elona. And
You
so
don't need to share this.
he said some things that I shall not repeat.
Probably a
But-
smart thing.
Yes. But she hit him. And she hit him so hard that he.
Shit himself.
That is exactly what I was trying to
Oh
say.
my god,
Oh,
that's amazing!
yeah.
So that is how she became the Brown Terror.
Oh,
I
I'm
regret
sorry, Elona.
ever telling
your
you
new
anything.
nickname is BT.
Cole, if you call me that, I will punch you just as hard.
BT.
I'm gonna punch
So
you.
you.
Shall we make a new drink? Nickname of a new drink.
No, stop!
Oh,
no!
Yes.
New drink. So as you guys are sort of hanging out at the bar, and there's a couple of you have your sort of usual sort of few patrons that are hanging out here. The door opens and Mert actually comes
Oh.
in. You
I
guys,
was in a good mood.
you guys know, of course, and he looks around and he goes, "Oh, hello, friend Zavroski, Master Zavroski. It is a pleasure to see you as always. Wow,
But
I see you found a big friend here. Well, welcome to all of you. Hello, welcome to my establishment. It is a pleasure to meet you, Mister.
Olaf.
our establishment, Mert.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Our establishment. Yes. Yes. Well.
You come with some news. Shall we
Yeah,
go
is
to
there
the
a
study,
reason
or
you're
is it?
here, or
Well, you tell me. Should this be a private discussion, or
to
are
the
we
study,
among
then.
friends?
To the study. It's better to go to the study.
Yes. I agree. Okay. Very well then. But I'll need a drink. Leaf. if you would, some wine. And in fact, as he says this, there's this goblet of wine already floating. It's like, oh, this place, Leaf. You know me, Leaf. It is a pleasure. Thank you so much. I love this place. Have I told you guys how much I love being here with you all? Really? How much I really love being here?
Several times.
Ah, yes. Well, good. I should.
Only the feeling was mutual.
Yes. Well, look, if you ever find yourselves busy with too much other things to do, because I know how you young adventurers are. You've got fire in your veins and fire in your loins, and there are things for you to do. If you ever find yourself too much, we can talk buyout.
I feel like you should see a doctor if there's fire in your loins.
Well, yes, but I am only saying I am willing to discuss the option of a buyout, and considering our current finances, anyway, something to think about. But I have news for my friend Zavroski here. If we may join to the study, it is he looks at the giant Ordoth.
He can come with.
Are you sure? I don't know him.
Yeah.
Oh, very well. Okay.
If Elona says he is trustworthy, then I believe that he is trustworthy.
Okay, very well. So the stairs groan terribly under the immense weight of Ordoth as he heads upstairs, and Mert is he's clearly been drinking. And you guys are it's the evening time, so you guys are hanging out, and Mert's clearly drinking. He's yes. So and he eyes Ordoth once more. He's like, well, very well. We're among friends. Zavroski, you asked me to find out what I could about a certain woman. Do you recall?
Kalani.
Yes, in fact. And, well, we know she has long been a part of Waterdeep society, but she was ostracized greatly. It turns out her tale is a bit of a tale of woe. She apparently was greatly enamored with Lord Dagalt Neverember, the previous open lord of Waterdeep. But apparently, at some point, for some reason I do not know, she fell out of his favor. And he not only broke off relations with her, but he decided to extinguish her socially. He cut her off and diminished her and ensured that she was forced to fall out of society. Yet she is still here in the city. She is in a she has an abode on the south side of town, and I have an address if you need to speak with her.
It's probably worth looking into, yes.
I don't know, but I told you I'd find out what I could about her, and I have. And he hands you a small bit of scroll. And on there is written a street and a number. It's like this is her last known address. It is a small windmill, in fact, just outside of town.
Thank you for the help.
No, you're welcome. We are partners after all. So your benefit is my benefit. We all stand to gain from this. So
I knew we made you a partner for a good reason.
Oh, yes. But you...
It was worth going to the opera that day.
Oh,
no, it wasn't.
Indeed.
Never was.
So have you...
Come on, you know you liked it.
No, I hated it, actually. I don't think I've hated anything since then. I actually liked the monastery more than I liked the opera, not gonna lie.
Her in a dress.
Oh,
Mm.
I can imagine.
Okay.
Cultured
Alona,
she
opera,
is now.
shitting your pants. Which one was better?
You want to find out?
I have to. Come on, Alona. If I did it, you would be all over me. It's only fair.
You want to find out, Jakey?
Okay, last I'm going to say for now.
Mert, he's like, so,
yes, you were saying that.
Yes, I was saying, so this whole business with Kalane, Neverember, what are you guys after? You're in the great game. We know what you're after. Do you think this is a real?
Well, I told you this was from the note for the gnome. He was seeking shelter with her.
Yes.
It's always good to follow up leads like this.
I'm just wondering if you've caught a whiff of. We talked not long ago about the grand game.
Yes.
All right. And there are those who believe that the grand game, well, it is merely a game. It is a thing that people with much time and much money on their hands do for entertainment. And then there are those who believe that the game is real, who believe that this supposed treasure is actually a real thing. What do you think, Zavroski? Is this treasure real? Is it worth our time and our efforts?
I believe it has a good enough chance that it's worth it.
Well, your buddy Mert's in there with you. I think you're onto something. So you let me know how I can help. Because Mert's in this with you, and we are partners. Am I right or am I right?
At least for the bar, yes.
Well, information is not free, though I would freely share information with my partners. I just want to be sort of clear on our standing among things.
Well, you have made it abundantly clear at the current time.
Very well then. Very well then. I'll help you guys out as much as I can, but I do expect to be consistently in the loop. And of course, my 20% share.
Just so you're aware, Mert, the bar's losing money right now.
Oh, I know.
Okay. Want to make sure you're aware, because we don't really have the money to give you right now. There's
Right.
20% of nothing is still nothing, unless you want 20% of the negatives that we're taking right now.
Yeah, we'll take that.
And let's be, and he actually, like, you know, his whole demeanor sort of changes pretty abruptly, and he sort of looked at you stone cold sober, and he says, but let's be clear. If we are searching after treasure, and if I'm going to help you, then Mert is going to have his share.
Don't you have plenty of money as it is?
That's the thing about money. You can always use more.
And in that instant, he goes back to Mert. He's like, yeah, of course, I have plenty of money. But you could always use more now, can't we? So are we partners or are we not partners?
Oh, we're partners.
It's always good to have more allies and partners.
Yes,
Zavroski's been listening. This one's been listening. This is a bright star here. Listen to this one, friends. Listen to this one. He knows the score. Don't worry, Mert's got your back. I'm going to find out. I have more information. We'll get it to you. You guys are doing a fantastic job.
I do believe our new friend is looking for some information.
Indeed.
Yes,
Arda?
Yes. Hi. Nice to meet you. I am Odolf.
Hello.
I was wondering if you have any information on a fire genasi by the name of Jet. He's a priest of the Temple of Cord, and he's been missing for the last 3 weeks, and I am in search of him.
There's a fire genasi who lives in this alley, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw him in the smithy.
You think all fire genasis know each other? Because I don't think that's how that works.
I am only establishing what I currently know, which is no, I've never heard of this person. How do you Jet, you said?
Yes, Jet Brune.
Indeed. And he very well then. And you think he's here in this town?
Well, that's where everything has led me so far.
All right. Well, I'll put some feelers out for this Jet and see what I can find for you. You know, Mert's your partner, and if you're any friend of these guys is a friend of Mert's, of course.
And he extends his hand out to Mert.
Oh yeah, Mert actually puts his tiny hand in your huge.
Oh, he's gonna squeeze it extra hard.
Yeah. So Mert, surprisingly, actually steps up, and you're like, whoa, Mert is no. I mean, he's a big, overweight kind of guy, but this guy, yeah, his handshake probably earns a little respect from you as you try to sort of crush his hand, but he sort of stands up strongly to your handshake, and he looks at you, and for a moment you see that cold glint in his eyes, and he laughs, whoa, and he kind of like, oh man, you're a strong one.
Boy, I am sorry. I don't know sometimes my own strength. I apologize.
Whoa, this guy right there. Yeah, well, Good to meet you. This is a good friend to have, friends. This is a good guy to know. I can see that.
Yeah, I know.
I can see that. And he glances over and he looks at Elona and he winks.
He's gonna glance at Jake, being like, if you don't say something now, I'm going to punch him in the throat. Nothing?
I mean,
I'm gonna throw a punch.
Oh.
Well,
I can't stop you from being Elona.
Mm.
That's the look I give back to you. Is more like, why do you expect? Like, you expect me to do something? Do you think, girl?
You can do that if you want.
Him. I don't see. Elona would know better, especially with Ordeath in the room. Elona would know better.
Would I notice her like?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You tell me. Sure.
As she starts to tense up, he puts his hand on his shoulder and he's like, "Oh, can I talk to you about something real quick outside, please?"
I got a real quick question for you.
Real quick question for you.
I love it.
Take off my mask. Hey, just quick question.
Shrink by 6 feet.
Do you know what these runes are?
No, I won't shrink because it's really just a costume of me and Hector's character on top of one another.
In a trench coat.
He's standing on my shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, yeah. So Mert's like, yeah. So he recognizes this, and so again, Mert is an interesting guy because he's a legendary person here in Waterdeep, and it's weird, and he certainly has the facade, at least, of this sort of drunken, cavorting guy, but you catch glimpses of like something beyond that, and he is a lord, one of the actual lords of Waterdeep. It's a big deal. In fact, it's good you didn't hit him. That's a good point. So it turns out that attacking a lord of Waterdeep is punishable by death. That's a good point.
Yeah, well, look.
Though Mert may care, I don't know. All right.
Raid.
So,
hey, a raid!
What?
Thanks, How I Nerd.
Whoa, it's How I Nerd. What's up, How I Nerd? Holy smokes. Thank you, guys. Man, Mike, it's good to see you guys. Love that you guys are here. I guess you guys are done with your Tabletop Tavern Talk, which is a super cool show.
Say that 3 times fast.
I barely got it out once.
Tabletop Tavern Talk.
Quit your bragging.
Not human.
Quit your bragging. All right, so I don't want to set this. So what do you guys plan? What's the plans for who's got plans? Who has things they need to get done? You guys have a couple leads on a couple of different places. It is evening time, and by the time you guys are sort of talking and laughing, I guess it's probably nighttime. Tonight we're going to bed, I suppose.
Or are we checking
Well,
out
after that meeting, I actually pull Elona to the side.
All right.
And I'm like, I know you enough to know when you are going to punch someone.
I fucking hate him.
But he's smart enough to not
Trust me,
I really hate him.
And you know me, and I actually wanted to punch him too. So I get
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
I get
None
you.
of them want to punch him, and I want to punch him so bad.
Yes,
Oh my god.
I understand, but remember, there are times to do it and times not to do it.
So this guy's Elona with restraint.
Yeah, he is he's literally alone with restraints. So we might need to go over again the correct times not to punch someone. 'Cause
Yeah, I can see that. Not everything has changed since the last time I saw
I
you.
just really want to punch him. Like
Mm.
just a little punch.
Well, he does have a punchable face, so
He has
I
such a
understand.
punchable face. Oh my
Yes.
god.
Okay, but before I forget, I don't know how much longer I will be in town. I would very much like to catch up at some point and maybe have
You already
lunch
left
or
once.
something.
You're not allowed to do it again. You
Um,
left me once. You can't do it again.
To be fair, the first time was completely out of my control.
Yeah, and this time it's in your control, so you're not leaving.
Same Ellie. Same Ellie.
You're not leaving, lover boy. You're not leaving.
Oh, you know I hate that name so much.
Mhm.
So much,
I
but
don't
thank
like
you
being
for
called
remembering
Ellie, so
it. Should I call you the brown bomber then? Again, I would love to see you sometime tomorrow. I will come back by the tavern first thing in the morning and then try and do some more investigations. And then at some point, if you don't have any plans, we can sit down and talk.
you
Is this a
can.
conversation that Jake would hear? Or are you guys out of the way?
I think you guys are all sitting in
kinda
the study.
pulled her. Yeah.
Oh, you went somewhere else. Okay.
Well, not far. I think I
just
just
out
took
in
her
the
like out
hall
of the
kinda
room.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, just out in the
Yeah.
hall. So Jake could Elona's not quiet.
Yeah.
Ardothal, buddy. It sounds like Elona doesn't want you to go. Why would you? Where are you staying? You got to have a place to stay for the night, right?
Yeah, I was going to trek back to the Temple of Cord over by the
Why
monastery.
would you stay at a temple? We have a perfectly good tavern here. There's an empty room over there. You're good to go, bud.
Oh, I don't want to impose. No, it's
It's not
okay.
imposing if you're invited, my friend. I don't think you know how these little sylvan trees work. You're
actually
invited to stay.
don't.
There's a room.
I
There's a
really
room
don't.
available.
It's true. I do not know.
Why would you
I
sleep in a
haven't had-
cot at a temple when you can sleep in a nice bed?
Because I've done it for the last 6 years.
Well, even more reason to stay here, my friend.
Okay. I appreciate the offer,
Alona's
and I will do
insisting.
it.
I'm insisting. It's not a trouble.
Okay. All right.
Plus,
I will
I'll
definitely.
be performing later tonight. You should hear me play downstairs.
Even more reason to stay.
I
You
would
haven't
be
heard this
happy.
guy.
Sure. I'm excited to see him perform.
All right.
As that
he just
happens, Zavroski
he-
heads down to do a set.
He slowly looks over at Elona like, "You happy? You got what you wanted now? You happy?"
100% she's happy she got what she wanted.
All right. So the night. What are you doing? Do it all, Mom. Look.
Aw.
Oh my goodness. The
Let me
cute
take
is
it.
still in there.
God.
Mwah. Good night, my baby. I love you.
Oh, she's so cute.
Hey, look. Say
Oh
wave
my
there.
god,
Bye,
those
everybody.
curls are magic.
Curls
Yeah.
are insane.
Is that ridiculous? That's how
They're
beautiful
so
my wife
cute.
is, because this is our daughter. So you know my wife is like, oh yeah. Oh wait, she's standing right there. Hey, wife.
I mean,
Probably not
I
the
was
best
gonna
idea
say-
to call her wife.
She loves me. I don't know why, but she loves me. All right, so the night goes on, and you guys have a fun night. Zavroski puts on a rousing show downstairs. Drinks are had, food is had, and eventually everyone's abed. An interesting thing about tonight for Cole
Speaking of beds,
is that Cole, you no longer have the dream of the Raven Queen wanting you to that you've had of this person pillaging the graves in the city of the dead. You have a actually completely restful night, dreamless.
you failed her.
Yeah, you failed her hard, man.
Or the guards got him.
Yeah, you don't feel you wake up well rested and sort of recognizing the dream is gone, but feeling good about yourself.
He'll wake up to that realization and just head straight to the city of the dead
Oh,
by himself.
all
I had a
right,
vision of her putting on a gauntlet and going, "Fine, I'll do it myself."
God damn it.
bitches.
You weak ass bitch.
Yeah, in fact,
Can't ask mortals to do anything.
you get up early, and the sun is barely rising above the horizon as you get up, and you sort of, with this mission, you can get up and head quickly out. It'll take you away, the usual while to get down, but it's not crowded yet. The city is just starting to stir as you're making your way briskly down to the south, not too far south, but south of where you are to get to the city of the dead. And They
he'll go straight to the guard post, like the main guard post.
Yeah, and Everdon is actually still there. They're actually just about to do the turning over the night watch into the day watch, and Sir Ambrose Everdon is actually there, and you know, the guard's looking a little tired, but he's looking at you, and as you walk in, he's like, Mr. Voidfang, yes, I'm glad you're here. I believe we've solved your mystery.
Yes, I came because I did not have the dream last night.
This is so weird. How can you even... I don't want to know. I don't want to know. But here's what I know. Last night, one of my groups, in fact, the group around Gate 4, they were watching. And as they watched, they saw the chain around the gate undo itself. Undo itself, mind you. No one was there. But the gate undid it. So the lock popped open. And the chain was removed as if removing itself and thrown to the ground. And the gate was pushed open. My guards jumped out and shouted, arresting. And wait, no, you tell it. And it's like, hello. Yeah, no, yeah, me and, sorry, Corporal Bob here, sir. How can I help you? Yes, Bob, I need you to. Yes, okay, yeah. No. We saw. So the chain took itself off and it threw itself on the ground, and then we came out and we're like, hold, spirit, because it must have been a spirit, right? Who else but a spirit could take the chain off and unlock the lock and throw it to the ground? So we jumped out and we said, hold, spirit, and we heard a gasp, and we knew at that point we had scared the spirit, and then. Well, I don't believe this. My buddy Drew over here, he says he heard the scampering of small feet, but I don't believe it because I heard the wail of fear of a spirit found out and uprooted by the guard of the city watch. Oh yeah, baby. Can I get a what? And
so you are telling me that you saw the gate open.
That's right.
A lock fall to the floor.
Yes,
and
it opened itself.
You did not wait for the person doing this.
It wasn't a person. It was a spirit. It was a spirit. We knew it.
Yes,
and when we came out,
invisibility is a thing, my friend.
Invisibility.
Yes, it's magic.
Well, I know magic. And he sort of looks up at.
So you thought a spirit when we are looking for people doing these things? Come on, man. All you did was scare off the person and let them know that there are people watching the graveyard.
Well, and he was like, and Everdon steps in and he's like, well, if that is the case, then it seems that perhaps they have still done their job. Wouldn't you agree?
Only partially. People are not caught.
Indeed, true.
You actually let them walk away.
Well, then we will take this into consideration. Perhaps it is not a spirit, and this corporal who was so excited that he's like,
yes, you messed up, you.
But I
are the one that saw this and yelled out before anything appeared.
But I scared off the spirit.
That they got away.
The spirit was coming in and it didn't get in.
It was not the spirit. It was someone that was invisible. Come on, man, think.
I think it was a spirit. You don't know. I think it was a spirit. You don't know spirits. I know spirits. I've been hanging out in this graveyard for so long. I know spirits. I've seen spirits you never even thought of. I tell you what.
I am a follower of the Raven Queen.
I don't know.
The goddess of death. Don't tell me about spirits.
Oh, well, fine, but all I'm saying is we didn't lose no skeletons last night.
Corpses get stolen.
Yeah.
It is on your head.
No, no. Don't be putting no spirits curses on me. That ain't how this...
It is on your head if more corpses get taken. You should have been more diligent in your plan. And I told you guys.
And so Everdon
have to wait and see for someone to appear. They were obviously going to graves. You just stopped them at the door.
Everdon steps in and he's like, I see. Corporal, you've done a fantastic job, in fact. You and your squad, you've done a fantastic job. The watches will be kept each night. Ensure that they are there because this spirit or a person may come back. Be diligent. And the corporal's like, yep, you got it. You got it, sir. Everdon. Thank you, sir. And
It
Everdon,
is on your head.
Everdon is like, please do not chastise him too much. He is doing what he thinks is right, and we should not undermine
I
that.
thought your people were better trained than this, Everdon.
Well, they are perhaps not as experienced in the ways of the arcane as you are. They are mere soldiers. They do not have your expertise in these types of things.
Do you have no mages in your ranks?
No, sadly, very few. In fact, most of the mages are there are a few mages. The Grey Hands, they seem to suck up all the mages that can be found. We have the Magisters, and they are, incredibly useful, but few of them can even wield magic. Waterdeep is a city of great magics, but there are not very many mages to be had. They all have their own agendas. They're all looking for their own things. But still, it appears that your strategy has worked. And it could be the fact that if it is simply someone sneaking in, perhaps now they have realized that we are guarding the gates, and perhaps this could be a deterrent.
They are going to be more cautious. They will look for the watches and find a spot that the watches are not at.
Well, I suppose then we'll keep this up, and if your dreams reveal anything new to you, you can let us know. We will adjust our watches accordingly.
I will be in contact with you for sure, because this is not over.
I appreciate your diligence, citizen. And he puts out a hand to give you the shake. He's like, I do appreciate your diligence. You have been an unbelievable help in this. Know that you have the thanks of, well, at least myself. But the city
he's probably very upset with me. But
he is.
I apologize for blowing up like this. But I have been having the same damn dream for 3 weeks now.
Well,
today I did not have that dream.
You did not?
I thought you all caught them.
Well, if you haven't had the dream, then
it only means it was delayed.
I suppose time will tell.
If I know the queen, I will have a very interesting sleep tonight.
Well, I wish you well, sir, and know again that the captain, the city of the dead, is in your debt. You have been in tremendous service to us, and if you need anything from us, or from me, in fact, do not hesitate to ask.
It is appreciated.
Yes. And as you have more of these dreams, please let us know, and we shall continue.
If you, on these watches, if I am not around and you do catch someone, if you do see this gate thing happening again...
Yes.
Wait for them to appear at a grave.
We shall update our training.
Look for footprints as they walk past the gate.
Footprints, that's brilliant. Yes. I shall let the men know.
Okay, so if by chance your people find this person or persons, you can find me at Troskol Alley at the Spirits of the Hydra.
Spirits of the Hydra. Somebody was talking about that place. One of my men was talking about that place. Apparently, he went there and he liked it. He says it's haunted. Is that right?
Yes, it's my bar.
No wonder you're an expert on the. This all makes sense now. No wonder you're an expert on the spirits.
Spirit bartender.
And you hear from over there. He's like, I knew it. I knew it was a spirit. It's a spirit man. Spirit man brought the spirits to the city.
Yes,
Corporal.
that is the joke and the reason that he is there.
All right.
And Cole will continue his small chatter with him.
Yeah.
Until it's time to okay, I'm out of here. Bye.
Yeah. All right.
And then he'll head back to the bar.
All right. So as you're getting back, the city is waking up, and the streets are starting to fill, and you guys once again find yourselves. A scene opens in the bottom floor of the Spirits of the Hydra, where you guys are sort of moseying down and
would have liked to intercept Jake before he goes downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever Cole gets back to the bar, he's just gonna go straight to the bar and start drinking.
Whoa.
He doesn't care that it's early in the morning.
All right.
Hey, drinking.
All right, yeah.
Just
so you guys are heading downstairs
in the group.
Yeah,
it's not alcoholic if you do it after 6.
Look, you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. That's what I know.
True. Wherever you
are. All right. So you guys heading downstairs. You guys hear the door open and close, and the familiar sound of Cole's sexy voice, Octon, leave! And you guys are kind of heading downstairs as Elona sees Jake coming out of his room and turning down the stairs for breakfast.
You don't wear gloves.
What?
You don't wear gloves.
I'm wearing gloves now, though. They're cool.
Yeah, you've never once worn gloves in your fucking
Yeah,
life.
because I didn't know how cool they were.
You have
Look,
never-
fingerless gloves. It's going to be the new rave. Trust me. This is going to be the new hot thing in
You have
fashion
never
in Waterdeep.
worn gloves in your fucking life.
And now I am. Listen, Elona. Okay, you know what? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to be straight with you. I did something.
Like,
And
so hold on.
I did something.
There's a list of things that you could have done. All right, let's start with the top. Drugs, which we already know you've done.
Yes.
But I'm off the drugs now. I figured out my way around the drugs. I don't really need the drugs anymore. Actually, if you want these back, and he reaches into his pocket, if you want these back, you can have them back now.
No.
All right. Well, I'll hold on to them just in case. You never know when you need to drug somebody.
Yeah, and Jake, you've probably picked up. You've probably picked up at this point that as Elona's longest best friend, you may have picked up that she's struggling with a thing with the drugs. So she clearly doesn't want the drugs, but you can see that look in her eyes, and you've seen this look in other people's eyes. That she says no, but that look in her eyes says
But her eyes say
Yeah.
yes.
She says no.
But I need to
right?
change the subject, and I didn't give them to her.
yeah. I mean, I'm just you know.
So yeah, I'm not on the drugs anymore. I will
Okay.
save them, and we'll neither of us will be on the drugs now. And
Next
so
line down. What crime did you commit without me?
you know I would never commit crimes without you.
You guys are on the stairs talking about this.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I would have got him because you're on the 3rd floor, right?
I'm on the very top floor. Yeah.
So I would have waited till he came down the stairs, and I would have stopped him at those stairs, not the ones into the bar.
So that
Okay,
means
we're up on the 2nd floor.
Yeah.
would I have had to pass you guys to go?
No, you're
Nope,
down on the.
okay.
You're down on the. There's 4 floors.
Okay.
You're on the 2nd floor, and if you took the room that I know that is available in the mansion, and then Elona and Cole are on the 3rd floor, and then Jake sleeps in the attic.
Yeah. So you
Okay.
would have been on the 2nd where.
Okay, you
Oh, you're on
guys
the
would have
third
met
floor.
at the 3rd floor.
You're on the 3rd
then,
floor,
and-
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
All right, I go down to the bar then. So
All
continue.
right.
Sorry.
So the crime? Because if you didn't invite me to a crime, we have a problem.
Okay, keep your voice down, Elona. I don't want to put this out there just yet because I don't know what's going to happen with it. I don't know for sure, and he'll start to kind of peel the glove off of his left hand, and he'll show her the silver scar. And he's like, "I did something."
Fuck is
That will
and she's gonna
hopefully-
like grab it. What the fuck is this?
I made a pact with Zelifar.
As you touch it, as you touch his hand, you actually look in his eyes, and this sort of lightning. His eyes sort of flash as
Oh,
sort
his
of like
crazy
light-
eyes came back.
No, not the
But,
crazy
like, not
eyes. No,
purple
no,
this time.
no. This is just like a flash, like a flash, almost like this sort
Oh,
of
great.
yeah.
Okay.
I needed
it's
more
warm.
power, Elona.
And it's warm,
I
by the
didn't
way.
have enough magical power.
It's
I needed
warm?
more connection
Yeah.
to the weed.
The
I needed more
scar-
magical power.
The scar on his hand is almost hot to the touch. Like it is warm, almost not damaging hot, but like definitely warm.
Concerning
to the touch.
hot.
Yes, concerning. Yes, way hotter than a person's hand should possibly be.
Jakey, what the fuck?
I had to do it, Elona.
No, you.
First Aunt
What
Ruth,
the
then
fuck?
finding out about your mom. I needed the power to get what we needed, the revenge that we need.
You don't know what. What is this gonna do to you?
It's going to give me the power. It's going to connect me to the weave and give me the powers I need to be stronger and take down our enemies.
But will it? Do you know that for sure?
Based on what I've read and based on my talk to Zelifar, it seems like it should work.
Should. What happens if it doesn't?
It was worth the risk, all right?
What happens if
It's
it
too late.
doesn't? I'm not losing you, Jakey.
You're not going to lose me. It's going to be fine. I feel fine. I'm getting a couple headaches, a little bit of a migraine going on, but I'm sure.
And your hand is hot as fuck.
Yeah, that's probably got something to do with the electrical energy that came from Zelifar. I'm sure it's going to be fine.
The what?
Like I said, I made a blood pact with Zelifar and the dragon. I have dragon blood in me now, Elona. I'm part dragon, basically. It's going to be fucking sick.
Okay, that is really fucking cool, but I'm really more worried about what this is gonna do to you, like physically. Are you gonna turn into a dragon? Is that how that works?
No, I should just get the powers of a dragon. or something along those lines, and connect
You
myself
don't know what
the
it's
magic.
gonna do.
I don't know 100% what it's going to do.
As he
I
says
know-
that, you
could
see his eyes flash again.
What the fuck?
What? It's going to be fine, all right?
You've got crazy eyes again, Jake.
You keep talking about my crazy eyes, and I don't know what you're talking about.
They're like lightning eyes now. They were
That's-
purple. Now they're lightning eyes, which is no, it's not cool. It's concerning, Jakey.
It's going to be fine, all right? I'm just going to be stronger, that's all.
What if it hurts you? You don't know.
It's
What if it
not
hurts
going to
you?
hurt me.
I can't save you from you. I can't beat up whatever the fuck is inside of you.
It's a power inside me. It's connecting me with the weave. It's going to give me more magical powers. Everything that I've read says that when you make a blood pact with a dragon, it gives you magical powers beyond belief, Elona. Our enemies will never be able to stand against us. No one will ever be able to hurt us again.
I worry about you, Jakey.
I did this for us, Elona. This power will protect us. It'll protect all of us. Just trust me. I did the reading. I read the books. Sorcerers have done this for ages, and it's always worked out. It's going to work out this time, too.
You need to roll a bluff check. No.
You need to roll a bluff check?
Deception. I don't know how it works, so I'm going to believe you when you say you're not in danger. But I swear to fucking God, if this thing doesn't kill you, I will if it goes south.
It's going to be fine. Nothing is going to go wrong. There's going to be side effects from taking blood from a dragon. I figured that would be the case. I didn't know all the aspects. I didn't know I was going to get the silver scar. I didn't know I was going to get this fever. I didn't know I was going to have lightning eyes, like whatever you're talking about.
Crazy eyes, yeah.
But I'm sure it'll pass. These are slight side effects, and then eventually the power will gather, and I'll be good to go. And I'll have the magical powers I need. I'll be stronger. You always told me I needed to get stronger. Well, now I'm getting stronger.
Yeah, but I didn't mean like make a dragon pact with the dragon.
Well, I'm
That's
not good
not
at
what I
lifting weights.
I meant like do a push-up, Jake. I meant do a single push-up. That's
Listen,
literally all I meant was
I
make
tried
one
chin-ups. I
push-up.
maxed out at 3.
Oh my God, you got 3? I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm not good at lifting weights.
Jakey.
Jake 100% was like, all right, here we go. Push-ups. 1, 2.
Oh,
Where's
fuck
that
this.
dragon? Fuck that, I'm God. Where's that dragon?
Where's the dragon?
Oh, shit, where's the
This
dragon?
is way too much work. So much easier to just make a blood pact with a dragon.
Oh my god.
Jakey, I'm worried about you. I don't. With Audace coming back, it made me realize how much it sucks to not have someone you care about greatly in your life. So if something happens to you, I'm going to be very hurt.
Nothing's going to happen, Elona. Everything's going to be fine.
You can't promise me that.
I can kind of promise you that.
You can't, though. You have no idea what you're doing, Jake. I love you, but you are not really smart like 87% of the time.
Listen. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to work out. And if it doesn't, then we'll deal with it when it comes, you know. We're always dealing with trouble. Trouble's always there, and we always take trouble head on. So when the trouble comes, we'll deal with the trouble, and it won't be trouble anymore.
Sounds good
Trouble.
to you.
Fine. But I'm going to keep a closer eye on you now.
I'm sure it'll
So
be
there's
fine.
no explaining away what you're doing and hiding me in a warehouse with Zavroski and Cole. There's none of that. You tell me what's going on.
I just gave you the whole story. I made a blood pact with the dragon.
But if it changes, you tell me what's going on. Deal?
I'll keep you in the loop. I will let you know if anything other than this fever and headache comes from this, then I'll let you know if something's going wrong, and we can go and talk to Cole about it when it comes to that point. Cole and Zavroski know more about magic than I do. I'm sure they'll know what's going on and they'll be able to help.
Okay.
I'm sure Cole, more than anything, he made a pact with a friggin' god.
Yeah, I still don't know how that works, but I'm
Exactly,
afraid-
but he
at this
does,
point I'm too afraid
so-
to ask. So
We'll figure it out.
okay. And she's gonna hug Jakey.
Aww. Elona's such a softie. She's gonna be such a softie now.
I know, I hate it. It's
Oh,
disgusting. She's so
man.
nice now. Mikey, what happened to my chaotic bean?
All right.
All right.
All
I'll get downstairs.
right. So you guys head downstairs for breakfast. Actually, Jake, you need to put your glove back on. You stopped to pee, and you notice there is a burning sensation when you urinate.
God damn it.
But
I also feel like throw
probably
up
nothing.
as well.
it's probably
That
yeah.
doesn't
you-
have anything to
There's
do
a
with the
crackle of
dragon.
electricity on the stream.
It's my, saying, where's my lightning? Hold on.
It's like when you piss on an electric fence, which hurts a lot.
Oh God.
That's right.
Wait. What do you mean?
I grew up on a
how do
farm. That's all we're gonna
Okay.
say.
It's fair.
With that, we're gonna go on break. We're gonna decap that one, and we're gonna take a 5-minute break. Go grab yourself a drink. Do what you got to do. Take a leak if you need to. If it burns, please call a doctor or something like that. This is all just fantasy role playing. There's
There's pills that'll fix
tale.
it.
Are there? No, don't take medical advice from us. Whatever you do, for the love of God, don't take medical
There are
advice.
antibiotics.
Don't take advice.
Take a few
you
pills,
stop?
everything's fine.
What is happening?
I don't know what's going on right now. All
Let's
right,
go on break.
go on break. See you guys in 5. And
Warlock walks in. You drink a lot, my friend.
we are.
Yeah.
Oh, I was supposed to do the intro. Hang on, let's do the intro real quick. Hold on. Now we are indeed back. Thank you for sticking with us during the break, man. That was a lot of fun. Hope you
The
like our
realest
new,
time.
cool intro. I hear word on the street is that all the players are super happy with the picture I used for their
I
their
just lost
I'm
weight
ecstatic.
since
I
then.
dig
I
my
want a
picture.
different picture.
I picked it for a reason.
as you can
I
see.
lost weight. I wasn't planning on losing 25 pounds. It just happened.
Welcome back. Yes, we are here. So we are. So last before the break, we closed scene where Elona and Jake were having a serious heart to heart talk upstairs. Elona being very worried about Jake. Elona finding out about the scar and the bond that Jake has made with a bronze dragon, apparently, and worried about his well-being in that. As that scene closes, the next one opens. That's actually downstairs, and it turns out as Ordath wakes up and makes his way down the stairs, and the stairs once again groan under the immense weight of this huge being.
Those stairs are gonna break. Every time Roy describes it, I just know those stairs are gonna shatter.
I'm gonna
with
start
each
doing
step.
rolls every time I go down the steps.
And as he's going down, you see a very disgruntled Cole at the bar, grabbing the drink that floats over next to him and sort of.
No. He's got a bottle in his hand.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah. So that scene opens as Cole
levels.
takes the bottle that Leaf delivers, and Ordath steps into the room.
Right, so Ordath heads over to the bar, sits a couple seats away from him, and looks over, and he's like, rough night? Rough morning?
The latter. A frustrating morning.
Oh, well, I am sorry to hear about that, my friend.
Yes. The guard down in the City of the Dead are incompetent.
Mm. But to be drinking this early, is that...
It's only to calm my nerves. I'm quite upset right now. It's so I don't
Understandable.
punch or shoot someone with an eldritch blast or slice someone.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you can punch me. Ellie used to do it all the time.
Oh no, I would probably hurt my wrist if I punched you.
It's okay. I have a question about breakfast. Where's the best place to go?
We have
I
food
haven't
here.
been here. Oh, you do?
Yes, I
Oh.
can make some food for us.
Oh, can I help you? Is there anything I can do?
Yes. Can I talk to you about your relationship with Cord?
Sure, anytime.
Uh, how do you communicate with him?
Usually I go to the temple and there is a giant shrine and you can pray there, or another way for us to show our thanks, or just our general worship is to, most of the time we fight in a ring,
Uh,
and it is to prove our strength under Cord. But then there's also times where, like me personally, before I go to sleep, I will say some words to him.
Do
And
you ever get a response, dreams, anything like that?
no, not really.
Okay, I'm going to ask your opinion on something, and
Okay.
please try to understand. Uh, I follow the Raven Queen, the matron of ravens, Queen of
Oh,
Death.
yes, I have heard of her. Yes.
Yes. Uh, uh,
She
she
protects the
she
dead,
often
right?
yes she
Okay.
makes sure that the dead do not become undead.
Mm. Yes, I have experience in that field.
So she often uh, communicates to me through dreams. I've had this same dream about a necromancer stealing bodies from the graveyard for 3 weeks now.
Mm.
Today, I did not have this dream, or last night, I did not have this dream. And I had a feeling of accomplishment, but I didn't do anything. So I thought the guards that I had left instructions with had solved the problem of this person stealing the bodies, right?
Hmm.
So I go there, and they only scared him off. They did not
Okay.
capture anyone. They did not, but the dream did not come. How do I take this?
Well, the way I see it, and I have no previous dealings with her or her ways, I would say you can look at it one of three ways. Either the first way, she knew that there was no danger to be found, so there was no point in giving you said dream. Um, Maybe he was scared off for good, and so you no longer have the task to protect that area because he has probably moved on because he knows that there are gods there and he can't move as freely as before. Or three, and please don't take this the wrong way, you quite possibly were focused on something else before you went to sleep, and you how can I put this, it interfered with your connection in a way.
So it's possible that she tried to contact me, but I was
Or
too.
maybe she took a look at you, and if you were stressed about something, then she didn't want to continuously burden you with the dream. I
Oh, but this
truthfully,
task is very important. Is people creating undead?
yes, but from the sound of it, he was deterred.
I
So I don't know exactly how they work.
okay.
I don't know what they can see, but I'm assuming that maybe your diligence wasn't needed last night. So there was no point in giving
And
you the dream.
while we're having this conversation, Cole is just making some scrambled eggs. Like he's pulled out a couple ostrich eggs and looked at Ordath. He's like, "These are big enough for you, right?"
Oh, yes, yes. That would be great. Thank you.
And like while they're talking and having their conversation,
Mhm.
Cole is actually preparing food for them.
So
Sounds like-
truthfully,
Sounds like Bees has to redo his camera.
Yeah. Our
Oh, I gotta
cameras
redo
are
my-
switched.
Wait, did I might have messed up in the. Hold on.
did that do it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, but it
Damn it.
depends. Your overlay is.
Oh, it's the
I
screen.
messed up the. Oh,
It's the screen.
Roy, dang it.
So
Wait,
which,
I didn't
which
want
one
to
are we
say
going
anything
with?
during this whole interaction. Like Rob had said something, and I was just like, eh. I just
On
I
this
just want to wait
screen,
and
we're
let
good.
this.
On the other one, we're not.
Okay. So I guess whenever we switch over, then John has to go in and out.
No,
Yeah.
no. You guys, I'm just gonna take this
We're gonna
minute.
fix it real fast.
Ignore all this
I
for a
am
minute.
both now.
Don't look. No one.
I
We're
have
both-
absorbed him.
You
Big
are
enough
now a
to.
bard and a cleric.
Jesus Christ.
Pay no attention to the
My
man
boys are
behind
bonding
the
though. I'm so
curtain.
happy. My boys are
For
bonding.
now.
Boom, now we're perfect. Boom. What were you guys talking about?
For now,
Like, nothing to even
until,
think about.
you know, things that come to life.
You have actually put my mind to ease a bit, Ardath, and I thank you for this.
My pleasure. I'm glad that I could prove that I could be of some assistance.
No, you know it. Since my connection is not a religious connection, it's kind of strange. So I had to ask.
Well,
Ah.
I personally, now that you bring it up, I have never had an interaction like that with the Stormlord himself, except for, and I believe I have had no proof, but when I was younger and I came very close to death, I was unconscious and I was surrounded in a sea of darkness. And out of nowhere, I saw a being in front of me, but they were pure lightning. And they walked up to me. I was a little afraid. I had no idea what was going on. And they just stood there and waited for something. And not knowing exactly what was going on, I reached out my hand. And when I touched it, everything went white. And shortly after that is when I woke up and I met my mentor, Jet. And that's when I awoke in the temple. I was bandaged, I was healed, and that's kind of where I started on my journey. So other than that, I've never had any kind of divine interaction as you were speaking.
So it's more a feeling of faith then.
Yes.
Well, when she wants something done, she puts it in my head.
And it just may be her way of doing things. She may be very straightforward.
Well, she kind of just gives me images. It's not straightforward at all.
Mhm. It is a lot more straightforward than most of us receive from our gods.
That is fair. Shall we have our meal?
Yes, thank you again.
And the rest of you come downstairs to freshly cooked breakfast by none other than Cole himself. As you guys come
Oh,
down,
you made us breakfast?
the smells of cooked meats and eggs fills the house, and you guys come down. And this is a cool part of day, because this is the part of day before patrons really start coming in, where you guys feel like, this is our
Home.
place. Yeah, this is our place, you know. And you kind of get this time in the morning kind of to yourselves, and you've really sort of found this sort of bonding thing where you're like, everything else is going on, yada yada, but there's like a breakfast in the downstairs where you guys all just sort of connect for at least a little while. And Ardath, you are now welcomed into that circle, apparently.
I thought that with our new friend that it would be pertinent to have a big breakfast.
You've made some good selections here. Looks good.
Oh, I am no stranger to the kitchen.
It's
Very
clear.
well done. So what does the day hold for these adventurers, if anything?
Well, we need to follow up on what Mert told us about, don't we?
Yeah, you
We
tell me.
need to check out that family, don't we? Of the that owns the Nimble, right?
The Growlhounds.
The Growlhounds?
Shall we go visit Colleen and then see if we can find out information on the Growlhounds as well?
That sounds like a plan, if I ever heard one.
The more information we have, the better off we are. And this seems like the only lead we have on this nimble right thing, so.
Well, there's a couple. You have the Growlhound thing, and this Colleen thing. That's a thread from a letter that was given to Zavroski that was supposed to be delivered to the guy that was killed in the fire, but the inn owner gave it to Zavroski, and that mentioned this person, Kalain, who's apparently an ex-lover of Lord Dagholt, Neverember, who is currently residing in a dilapidated tower in the south part of the Sea Ward, which is not far from where you guys are in town. But the Nimblewright was definitely in the Growlhound estate. That's where the you guys were told the Nimblewright is from, or that the Growlhounds owned the Nimblewright that was described in the event.
What was that freaking gnome's name? I thought I wrote it down, but apparently
Was
I
it
didn't.
Delacar or is it
Which gnome?
Frank?
The
The
gnome
one that died in the fireball.
Delacar, yeah.
Delacar. Okay.
Well,
Anyway, I'm just giving you guys that information, so you guys go wherever go wherever you want to go.
I'm just imagining now that if we go to the Growlhounds, we're gonna have to. Elona's gonna have to be on her good behavior because they're nobles.
Fucking nobles.
Well, now that we know where Colleen is, why don't we go visit them? Because they were the last person that know where the gnome was.
Yes.
At least one of the last people that seemed to be in correspondence.
And as far as we know, he was the reason that fireball went off and fucked up our bar and took the life of Aunt Ruth. So I'd like to get some more answers on that, actually.
Rest in
To
peace.
All right.
skip over the narration part that would have to happen, Elona would tell Ordoth what happened in less than eloquent words to explain like why we are going where we are. Because
I assume that we did that over breakfast. That was the whole
Yeah.
whole breakfast
Yeah.
inner circle. Telling him all about the trouble and how the trouble has affected
The
everything.
trouble,
that's
yeah,
going
you
on.
Just all the
Just
troubles.
all of the
trouble.
trouble. So
much
much
trouble.
trouble.
Jinx.
So as she tells him that, Ordoff walks over and places a hand on Jake's shoulder, and he's like, "I am very sorry for your loss, but you can rest assured that she is resting now, and she is at peace."
She'll be resting at peace once we find her killers and take the revenge that she would have wanted us to.
Don't say that.
I can understand your frustration and your anger. But take into consideration if she would want you to put yourself in a dangerous situation.
Oh, this is Aunt
To
Ruth we're
avenge
talking about.
her.
She would definitely want
She
revenge.
probably would, not
This
gonna
is
lie.
Aunt Ruth, yeah.
would
She's-
want-
she
she
would
would want
definitely
revenge.
Oh,
want the revenge.
She may or might not have murdered like 3 of her husbands.
At least one.
All right.
At least one.
Just yeah.
That was the one
Well,
that hit her, so
then-
he deserved it.
That is
well,
true.
then I guess just be careful. Yeah.
We'll be careful. We always kick ass.
All right.
Why don't you join us, Ordoth? And we
I-
can keep a lookout for Jet Rune on the way.
Having somebody as big as you, how can we go wrong? You're on the team now, right? You're with us, right?
I was actually going to head back to the temple to do some investigating, but I could ask some questions around if you guys need me to accompany you.
See, now we're even safer. So no worries. We're gonna get our revenge.
So
He doesn't like
No. That's Ardolph did that.
he doesn't like fighting as much as we do, Jakey.
Well, I mean, who said we're gonna be fighting? We're just gonna be getting revenge.
I assumed revenge was just punching someone in the face.
Oh no, we're gonna kill them.
So that
So
requires
much.
fighting.
Not necessarily. Not if we get the upper hand.
Not
It's
If they don't
My
see it
lightning
coming,
eyes
it doesn't
work.
require a fight. It
still
I
has
mean,
violence.
All he has to do is shoot him in the face.
That is
yeah,
true.
I'm just gonna
he
shoot him in the
does.
face, blow his head off, and then we're good to go.
There. Okay.
They killed Aunt Ruth. They killed the little gnome, Delaquin. They fucked up our bar. We owe them one.
That is true.
Zavroski kind of whispers to Ordoth, perhaps you can help calm these two a bit as well. It's hard to do.
He leans back over to Zavroski and he's like, I tried with Elona for a year. Good luck.
She seems calmer now that you're here, though. At least.
Good luck.
He says that, and Ordolf kind of like blushes a little, and then looks off like, maybe.
All right, so you guys finish breakfast and head over. It's mostly due west, in fact, of where you are in Troll Skull Alley. It's the south of the Sea Ward, but the Sea Ward is due west. Oh, let me share this. The Sea Ward is sort of due west of the the North Ward, where Troll Skull Alley is. Let me go there. Yep. And so you guys battle map. Thank you very much. See, that's why I got these guys in here with me, paying attention to my.
I thought that one was worth interrupting for. Like, I didn't want to interrupt for the cams because they had that moment going on. But
no. Thank you.
Is that a new map?
It's a rough
Or
map.
is that the same one?
Is that a new Waterdeep
I think we've
I have
seen
several-
it before.
I have several different Waterdeep maps. This is like a rough overview of Waterdeep and the wards where they are.
Dude, Rob knows it's a new map.
Oh yeah. So when you guys are hanging out with Elona, she gets the occasional second glance because she's like this sort of big hulking half orc. Fine, like the occasional second glance. When you guys are out with Ordeth,
Oh yeah.
you guys get constant second glances. Everyone in town goes about their way, and you get like he attracts a lot of attention. Is the sort of takeaway from this. Let's see. The other thing you guys,
at everyone.
yeah. The other, in fact, speaking of attention, as you guys are heading off, you guys are headed into the Sea Ward to go to this tower, and you're accosted. You're like, you, and you hear this voice, you big fella, yo, and you look over, and there's this guy, this scrawny guy, standing there, and he's got this box he's holding, and he's standing on this fruit crate. He's holding up this vial, and then this vial is a sort of colorful something in this vial. He's like, you can use this. This is the last one. I have a tonic here that can cure you of all ailments, friend. Big boy, you're gonna want this, right? You, the kind of sort of green one with him. You guys are gonna want this. This is good stuff.
Insight check.
It's the last one I've got. You want this? What do you say? 20
I just don't
dragons.
like how weird, vaguely racist he is.
20 dragons and it's all yours, friends. 20 dragons
No.
and this potion here is all yours.
No.
I already spent the last of my gold on potions.
All right. You're gonna wish you had this. Fine. And he starts looking around for another mark. So you guys walk by.
Another mark.
Mark.
I mean, did I say? God.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Looks like
totally
we-
went by the potion
Oh.
now.
Actually, now that you said it, I really have 20 dragons I want to spend on this fake piss water concoction.
This is not fake piss water, friends. This is the real deal. This is a magical elixir.
In what?
Then why don't you
Maybe-
take it?
This will cure any ailment you have. Anything that's wrong with you, this will cure it. It's the last one I have.
Will it
and
make
it's
you shut up if you drink it?
what? Wait,
Magic eyes.
No. Magic
Ooh,
eyes.
Magic eyes.
Ah.
Magic eyes. Magic eyes. Magic eyes.
It's just
All right.
Purple energy and black smoke.
We love magic eyes.
Yeah, he is. So as you do this, so two things happen. One is that you notice this potion actually is magical. He radiates magic, and the second was like, oh, friend, this can fix that. Those eyes, this can fix that. The smoke in your head, I'm telling you, friend, this will fix it. 20 dragons, it's all yours. 20 dragons.
Will it-
At least he's not full of shit. It's actually magic.
Will it make you shut up if I force feed it to you? Would that work?
No,
That seems to be an ailment.
I felt threatened. Are you threatening me? No. Are you?
No.
Are you
I was
threatening
about-
me? Ha!
I was about to say it's about to go down. That's
All right,
what,
look. You're obviously in need. Take 5 dragons. 15. 15 dragons. This flask, cure all your elements, is all yours. I just want to get
Give
rid
it
of
to
it.
me. You want to get rid of it, so you'll, sell it to me for 2.
How? No.
You'll sell it to me for 2.
Sorry. Look, I can go to.
I mean, I
can go to
think
10.
you do want to kind of sell it to her for 2.
I think you want to sell it to me
And
for
I tried
2.
to persuade him.
Yes, go.
All right, roll me persuasion.
Come on,
Finally, a
Cole.
die roll for love of Christmas all night long. No dice rolls.
Oof.
16.
How do you get 16 from a 9? Jesus Christ.
Dude, he's like, you know what? All right, fine. 10 dragons, half price.
That's not 2.
Half price
Can,
for you. Look, it's half price. Come on, guys, half price.
can I do an insight check on him?
You can do an insight check, I guess. Is that a skill? Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think 10's a little
If
too
I could-
much.
He's pushing that kind of hard. So let me see. Where's my, oh, there it is. Insight. All right. No, wait. Oh my God. How do I, oh, there it is. Sorry.
Little die.
Sorry.
The
Where is
little die. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. He believes your insight on him tells you that he believes he genuinely has something valuable. And he is trying to get rid of it sort of quickly.
Trying to get rid of it. Too
Where did you get your potion from, friend?
Give him the 3rd degree Zav.
Mm.
From look, if you guys want to buy this, then I'll just
Do we
move
know-
on.
Do you know the herbs in it or anything like that?
No. I'm just a reseller. I'm just a reseller. Look. If you want this,
Reseller.
that's right.
And he winks at him.
Oh, yeah. Look, 10 dragons is a solid price, friend. Right? Come on.
So is 5.
5? What?
I'll give you 5.
A reseller.
Yeah. You bought it for, I guarantee you bought it for 3. So I'll give you 5.
All right, Elona, you want to make me a persuasion check?
I'm not using my
Does she
strength.
get
so-
advantage with any
yeah.
of this from everyone else?
I mean, I was kind
Fine.
of helping there.
Fine.
You get advantage?
You guys
There's
actually
5 people,
just
including
whatever.
a fucking
Actually, no,
Goliath.
no.
They're like,
Gigantic Goliath.
All right, you got one chance. You got
Sell
one
it.
chance. All right, let's roll.
With advantage?
Come on, big
Yes, fine with advantage. Everybody's leaning on this poor guy.
Damn it, they were both 10s! They were both 10s!
money. He'll teach you to get advantage.
Yep.
I wish it was a strength intimidation check. It would have been
All
fine.
right. He's like, look, no, I need to get 10 for this. I need to get 10. 10. I need to get 10 for this. If you guys don't want it, fine. Just go on. I got other people to talk to. Other people to talk to.
I don't need it that badly.
All
Bye.
right. Anyone? No. Okay.
No.
Good luck.
I don't have the dragons
sale.
to cover it, so I'm interested.
Do you want it,
My-
Jakey?
My curiosity is piqued, but
Do
I
you
just,
want it?
I mean, not for the 10 gold.
I'll buy it for you.
I mean, I kind of want to take it.
Okay. I'll
I'm
give him
kidding.
10. I'll give him 10 gold because Jake's on a self-destructive path.
Wow.
I'll
All
give him 10
right.
gold.
All right. Scratch
I'll never
10
say I didn't
I
do
gold
mean,
that
off.
for you,
I've got a pretty bad headache and a fever, and Cole says it's legit. So,
All I
knows
know is that it's
magic.
magic.
what kind of magic?
He doesn't know.
I do know.
If-
What kind of magic, Roy?
It is. Oh, good question. It is. Oh, hang on. I have to look up the item. Do. Wow. This is alteration magic, actually.
Oh.
Oh, I'm no longer interested.
Okay,
Alteration does
then
not cure headaches, from my knowledge.
Then I'm not taking. Then I'm not buying it. If Jakey doesn't want it, I'm not buying it for him.
You have. Sorry. You've already taken off the 10 and you already
God
have this
damn it.
potion in
And
your
I will take
inventory.
the potion.
You will take it.
Zavroski, if Zavroski will say, if you give me 10 minutes back at the bar, I can probably figure
Well,
out.
potions in 5e, potions
Or
are pretty
does
easy.
identify work on potions or no?
It can, but potions actually you can kind of take a little sip from a potion and sort of recognize the effects in 5e. So potions are super easy.
It just
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or like waft it.
Yeah, sure.
What is it? I wanna
Let me
know.
just give you this. Elona, I'm gonna put this in your
Yeah.
inventory. Hold on. Where are
it's
you?
Yeah,
an
what is it?
alteration magic, actually.
Polymorph.
No, actually, I'm putting this in.
I hope it's polymorph.
I'm putting this.
Well, I bought it for myself.
into-
Put it for me. Give.
It's
Put it
going.
for
In,
myself now. Jakey doesn't want it.
it's going in
I don't want.
party.
I don't need. Listen, I don't need to alter myself right now. I'm happy with. I'm happy with the
He's
Jake that I
plenty
am.
altered already.
I'm happy with the Jake that I am
Fair.
right now.
He is plenty altered.
All right. It's in party treasure. Oh, is
Just
it
one
identified?
potion.
Sorry. There you go.
Potion vitality. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, I'm taking
Yes.
that as mine. I bought it as mine. Give me.
Yeah, it turns out
Thanks.
that for those of you who know, this is actually a very rare potion. These things are incredibly hard to find. And you have found one randomly on a street for 10 dragons.
So resell. Resell.
Just
is what I'm
saying,
hearing.
these are incredibly hard to find.
Reseller.
Stole it.
You know, what I declare, sir, your accusations I will
It's
not address.
fine. We're not going to tell anyone.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't like the watch that much. So,
So
like,
you're
we
good.
ain't
So
gonna
you,
tell no
he,
one.
he takes your 10 dragons and gives you the gold. He's like, good doing business with you. You've made a fine purchase today, ma'am. A fine purchase. And he takes off. Gone.
Thief!
That's my purse.
You guys, a while later, within half an hour later, you guys find yourselves at this dilapidated tower. This is a tower that looks like at once upon a time and this is like in the seaboard, right? So once upon a time, this was a grander thing, but it's in clear disrepair. It's been at least years, perhaps decades, since anyone has done any kind of maintenance for this thing whatsoever.
So it's like our bar before we did work.
No, not quite that bad, but getting there. Yeah, getting there. And you guys are outside the tower. There is a single door at the bottom of this tower that looks like the entrance that you could find from ground level.
Elona's gonna push Zavroski forward. Have fun.
Yes. All right. He goes and knocks on the door.
All right. Some time actually goes by, like nearly a minute, and
Gotta come all the way from the top down.
yeah, you knock again, and you hear a female voice from inside. Yes.
Is this Colleen's residence?
I don't. Who's Kalain? Who are you? Why do you ask?
I have a letter from a friend. Or a letter from you to a friend of mine. I was hoping we could speak.
A letter from me? Wait. What? And the door actually cracks open, and you see the face. This half elf looks out, and you see her face, and she's like, "A letter from me to who?"
I believe it was to a gnome.
A gnome.
Maybe Dalakar?
Are you friends of Dalakar's, or do you seek him?
Well, friends in a way. He's already been found, unfortunately. And
Yes.
Well, come in. If you're friends of Dalakar, then I suppose you are friends of mine. I have been in touch with him recently, and she looks at you, and she's like, and she's wide-eyed. She's like, and so the door opens, and you're in the bottom floor of this tower, and it's a short tower. It's like a 3-story tower. The interior of the tower has degenerated greatly, so that it's mostly just one big open space now. The stairs and such that lead up to other floors have been greatly deteriorated. One thing you notice all around the tower, all inside of you, are pictures, paintings of all kinds of various creatures, in fact. These range from things like bunnies to some sort of scary things with big claws and teeth. There are many, many paintings around her. The bottom floor is obviously a live-in area where she lives, and she says, please, come in. And she sits, and she's like, wow, that's a lot of you. Help yourselves on the floor if you'd like. Can I get you a drink?
We don't need to impose too much.
Well, very well then. Fine. Then I will take a drink for myself.
You may want to drink yourself.
Yes. And she actually looks over, and she says these words that you can't really quite make out. And from one of the paintings nearby her, this it's actually a small. It looks like a cross between a deer and a human. It's got the bottom half is a deer, these 2 feet, and the top half is a human. This creature actually jumps out of the painting, lands on the floor,
What the
and
fuck?
runs off into a second room for
What
just
the
a moment.
fuck was that thing?
And she sits down and she's like, these are my creations. And it runs back in with this decanter of wine in a glass and hands it to her. And she
I
grabs
want
it
7.
and she's like, thank you, my friend. And she waves and it goes back into the painting near her. There are many, many paintings of these various, many, many varied creatures all over this place as you look around and realize.
All the paintings do that?
You are very talented.
If I will them to, I suppose. Yes. So you say you are friends of Delacar. I, too, was once a friend of Delacar. I recently sent him a letter. You have this letter?
Yeah, Zavroski still has it. So, where did? Yeah.
Why
he still
does
has it.
Delacar not have this letter? And you see her eyes actually sort of darken a little bit, and she sort of looks suspiciously at you.
What
was
you
un-
suspect is what has happened.
He was unfortunately found dead outside our own tavern. We've
Well,
been
he was
looking-
trying to get to us, to be
Delacar
100% truthful.
dead, and now you've come to tie up, and her eyes explode wide. and now you've come to tie up the loose ends. I see what this is. And she stands up and starts waving her arms and chanting these incantations.
Madam, you are mistaken.
Don't make me have to
You need to
restrain you.
relax, lady.
I will restrain you. You don't want that.
We
and
are
she's-
just here to talk.
So her eyes.
Calm yourself.
And
let's see.
Delacroix was coming to meet us for protection, not to meet his demise. It was who was chasing him that finished him off before he could get to us.
All right.
We are friends with
Jake.
Renair.
Roll me a persuasion check, Jake. Her eyes are wide and mad. Like her pupils are dilated.
Oh,
she's looking
good.
around
She's
as if
crazy.
she's.
Oh,
Woman is broken.
17.
yeah. She's completely broken.
All right. Oh, that's actually good. So she starts chanting these words, and she's like, "Delacar came to you for protection. Protection from who?"
We believe the Xanathar. And you need to calm down before we can talk anymore. Trust us, we're not here to hurt you. We would have already been hurting you if that were the case.
I mean, do you see this gigantic person here?
Hey, whoa, hey. Me too.
That's what I talk about a little
I
bit.
mean, he's much bigger.
Yeah, this is not so you can look at this woman and realize she is not a reasonable person. She is like on the edges of sanity, perhaps, dealing with this. Jake, roll me another persuasion check.
Each one gets scarier and scarier. An 11 this time.
She is like, she says, that is exactly what the agents would say. His agents would say, "You've come for me, haven't you? I'll not go down easily." I think
Do I need a holder?
this might be initiative, friends, unless anyone has any
It's too
bright
crazy.
ideas.
No, I will just wait to get to hold her down later.
Elona, hold back. Wait, we're not here to hurt you. If we were here to hurt you, our two big friends here would already be hurting you. Just relax.
Yes, we are trying just to talk to you.
We've only come to talk. We've come to return your letter and get more information so that we can solve who his murderers were. Our friends were killed in the blast as well. It is not just your friends. We have lost people. We've all lost here. And if we come together, we can find the bastards that did it and we can get the revenge that we need to get. Your revenge is not with us.
All right,
If it
Jake,
makes you feel better. Oh, I was gonna say if it makes her feel better, or Dath and I can stand outside.
give me that perception check. I'm sorry, persuasion check, Jake.
I place my hand. Hold on, Jake. Damn it.
I'll
Yeah,
advantage that one.
What? Damn it. I'm trying to say
damn.
that I put my hand on him and I cast guidance.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I was like.
All right. Well, that's fine. That's fine. So guidance is what? Plus
D4.
D4.
4.
I roll a D4.
So now it's a 14.
See, Cole.
It's a look on Roy's face that says it didn't pass.
that didn't
Yeah,
work.
I'm guessing it was like a DC 15.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, let's see.
tried.
Well, Cole is trying to help though. That probably should give you advantage. All right, I'll give you advantage on that
Can stand outside.
from Cole helping.
So I can roll one more time.
One more time.
And does he still get guidance or?
Now
Need
it's-
it.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't.
Just
Yeah,
for one
need
roll.
it.
Doesn't
And also, you have to
matter.
remove one of my inspirations from my character. I only have one left now because I used one up.
All right, Fox, using the inspiration. All right, she actually is, and she starts mumbling these words, and you see many pictures start to like the figures in the pictures start to move, and she's like, "Explosion? What? What do you mean? Lost friends in an explosion? What?" And everything sort of similar. What explosion are you talking about?
It was a fireball. Somebody had
Fireball.
a big old fireball, and somebody had what was it, Cole? What was the thing that you found, Cole?
It was a necklace of fireballs.
There, see, it was a necklace of fireballs that Nimble right threw. That's what we know so far.
Nimbo, how does this involve Dagult, or how does this even involve
Died in the fireball.
not Dagult, but wait.
Yes,
Your
the no.
friend, your friend died in the fireball. We don't know if he was being targeted, but all we know is he was there and he died.
And he was being chased.
And we're just trying to get answers. That's it.
Your friend was in a lot of trouble. He was being chased by Zen.
Yes, he
We believe
said
he
to
was
me-
assassinated by Xanathars,
Assassinated, and he is,
and
she looks at
somebody
you,
took something from his body.
and the madness flashes in her eyes, and she says, "But you are not assassins yourselves."
No.
Do you see how tall we are? We couldn't be assassins. We're not sneaky.
You do not know the ways of
Well, I mean, I
Dagult.
could be an assassin, but I'm not.
Jake, you're
I
not
was
helping.
once a lady of Waterdeep, and Dagult, he undermined me. He ruined everything that I had, but I still love him.
Oh. Oh.
And when Delacar
honey.
messaged me as he was Dagult's person here in Waterdeep, when he messaged me, I threw it away at first, but then as I thought, I was like, perhaps this is a way back to my Dagult. Perhaps if I help his minions, perhaps this will get me back in his favors. Perhaps it's possible. It's possible.
It is possible.
Yes, it's possible. Probable even. You don't know the things I've been through.
Maybe if you help us with Delacar, we can give a good word to Renair and Daggett.
But Delacar, I got a letter from him recently, and he said he needed help, and I threw it away at first, but then I thought, no, I must. He was at the inn, the dripping an inn. I sent a letter to the inn.
Yes.
And
That's where we got it from.
Yes, okay. You, so you're friends of Lord Neverembers, then?
Of
Well,
Renair,
his son.
yes.
His
Of
son.
his son.
Renair.
His son.
Yes.
Oh, his son, that spiteful lad. His
Renair was
m-
trying to help Delacar, just like you.
Yes. No, Delacar has been a faithful friend of mine for many years, and I owed it to him. To send him the message. I offered him sanctuary, to stay here until things settled out. But I never heard back from him. Have you seen him? Do you know where he is?
We told you he
He's dead.
died in that fireball.
Yes.
explosion.
Oh, that's right. And no, you're not. You're not his killers.
We are your friends. in
My
this
friends.
situation.
Yes, my friends. But Delacar's friends. Do you know Lord Neverember personally? Because I love him. I do love him still. Though he has hurt me and scorned me. He has ruined my life greatly, but I still do love him.
Jake will lean over to like Zavroski and just say yes.
We have connections to Lord Neverember, of course.
I see.
Zav can't lie.
So why are you here then? Dalakar is dead.
Like a circle.
Killed
Just no corner.
by assassins.
We
And
were seeing if you had any information on Dadakar or if he had sent you any other information himself.
Specifically
That could help
towards an
us.
item that he might have been carrying. All cards on the table, we believe he stole something from Xanathar himself. And that's why he was being chased. And that's why he was killed.
well, of course, Dalakar. Of course, Dalakar was Daggolt's main spy. He was his man here in Waterdeep. If Daggolt needed anything done, of course he would get Dalakar to do it. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that.
So
And she's like rubbing her face. She's rubbing her face, and you see it like as she gets more distressed, she's like rubbing her face harder and harder. So you can kind of.
Madam, this person wasn't actually part of the Xanathar. He was just a spy.
I don't know about the Xanathar, but he was definitely Daggolt's man. He forever. He owed a life debt to Daggolt that would never be repaid. He was always Daggolt's man. I do not know. But I know that Daggolt, we were together, you know. We were lovers. I was once a force in this city, but Daggolt,
It is a shame. It is a shame what happened.
yes, it is. You're right. And it's okay. I need more wine. And she waves her hand and she
No,
looks
you
at the picture.
don't.
And this
You
imp
don't.
jumps back out of the picture and runs off into the other room.
Is there a
You
chance
have
you
to be
could
s-
show us Delakar's letter to you?
If you'd like, sure, I'll read whatever letter. Yes. Oh, yes, my letter's Delacour. Oh, yes. Oh, well, she gets the wine. She sits and she's like,
With my knowledge of drugs, could I tell if she's on something other than wine right now?
she just seems like a fucking crazy ass.
Hey, Cole.
Okay.
Cole
Yeah.
wants to hit her with the magic eyes, but casting
That'll
a
scare
spell
the
might,
shit out of her.
set her off. Yeah.
So
I
she
want to know
says,
if he's willing to sell one of these paintings.
Yeah, I know. I want one of them. We could steal one, Jake.
Painting is not like something small that you can just pocket.
yeah.
She's crazy.
So she says, so you're here, and Dalakar is dead, and Daggolt. So Daggolt needs a new man. Are you Daggolt's new man? And she sort of looks at you, Zavroski.
I mean, if we prove ourselves, possibly.
Oh, so you're not Dalakar's new man. I see.
Oh, we
I
work
see.
for Rainier, his son.
His son. Yes, that spittling, pompous bastard. I don't like him in the least. But
But he was friends
Yes,
with
he
Delacar.
does grate on the nerves sometimes. That's true.
indeed,
I mean-
indeed.
He's a stuck-up noble, so what do you can expect?
She says, "Fine. Well, so how can I help you here? I am a simple maiden. I have been
You have the letter that Dalakar sent you. Would we be able to see it?
It was a yes, sure. And she pulls it. It's a simple letter that says basically, I forgot her name already. Lady Kalain, Daggolt's person. I'm sorry, Lady Kalain, Daggolt's representative here in Waterdeep could use your assistance if you may, but it's dated over a week ago. Over a 10-day ago.
I mean, that way makes sense since that was the last time he was alive.
Fair.
Yep. And she's like, yes, take the letter. In fact, take all of them. I don't care. Just have your way with them. And she waves you into the other room. And there's actually a small desk in this other room that has papers and papers all about it. She says, fine. Take it all. Ever since Daggold got obsessed with that Malercan ceremonial temple or vault or whatever it is, he looked past me. And then, well, to lose favor with Daggold Never Ember is to lose everything.
Wait,
Everything.
Vault?
What vault?
What?
What vault did you just say? Sorry? What vault did Daggold become obsessed with?
The Malercan vault. The vault built by the dwarves built some... You're obsessed with it too.
Vault.
You're obsessed with it too, aren't you? This is the vault.
No, I'm just wondering why
we
you
are
said
just
vault.
trying to find out all the information. That's it.
Trying to find Delacar's killer. We're trying to hook you back up with Daggold. We want you to be happy. That's all we want. Everybody happy. We're a bunch of people seeking happiness.
We were happy.
Happy thoughts.
But Daggold
Happy
lost
thoughts.
himself in all of this. Fine. Be judged. Please take all of it. Take his papers. Take all of it. Just be gone. You've brought much misery to me this day.
Can we take a painting?
Would you like us to show off your magnificent art? We have a
They are
tavern.
actually quite impressive.
I could.
I would
show
love
very
to,
well.
to learn how you get them to come out of the painting.
Oh, well, now that, and she looks at you, and like the whole world fades away as you lock eyes with her, Cole, and she says, now that is a special gift.
From who?
And everything comes back in. But you are welcome to buy any of my paintings, of course. They're all for sale. Once I made a living doing this. And the paintings are well done. These are like
No, they're all
really
beautiful.
well done paintings.
Yeah.
These things are true to life. The artistry in these paintings is absolutely top tier.
As Cole's talking about paintings with her, Zavroski motions Jake to help him like gather papers and stuff for things that.
Cole had already
Okay.
put a
Okay.
bunch of those papers in
Yeah.
his pack.
Yeah, so there's a desk that has like just piles of papers thrown on. You guys can kind of take them. And
Hey,
she's like, yes,
would
fine.
it-
Be done
Would
with
it be possible to commission you to do another one of those?
You want to commission me? I am just a washed up has-been. Once was someone, but now
But this is a fine piece of magic and art.
there's not magic. It's just art. It's just art. They're just paintings. The magic, and her eyes sort of the magic is. There's no magic. It's simple art.
But we saw it pop out of the painting, give you some wine, and then pop back into the painting.
That's a simple trick. A simple trick I learned upon a time. Any of these paintings are for sale if you would like to buy them.
I would like a magic painting.
The paintings are mundane.
Hey, we're walking in circles.
I get it. I get it.
Madam.
We should go.
Well, we'll think about purchasing a painting, but I think we'll take these papers off your hands and perhaps talk to you again about
Good. Take them.
any favorite.
Every time I
paintings.
glance at them, they remind me of Daggold, and they bring me much pain. And she's that sort of insanity sort of flashes. Much pain, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm
We're
fine.
happy to remove any pain from your abode.
Yes. Well, if you are in need of a commission, I suppose I could use the income. I suppose. And she's rubbing her face again. Fine. It has been a pleasure talking with you. Give my regards to Delicon.
Yes, of course. Everybody out. Let's
Yeah.
go.
You guys get
And
out.
so,
This
just mentioned
this
that
chick
Delacar's alive again.
this chick is for real fucking Looney Tunes. Like that is your like, oh boy. Like her take on her. She is just flighty and from subject to subject. Hard to keep her on task. She is like
Elona's parting words as they are like all leaving is, "You're better than him. You don't need him, honey." And then that's it. That was probably a bad thing. Now that Roy is looking at me like that, I'm scared. Fuck. Guys, I'm so sorry.
Fireball.
We're already
I'm so
outside.
sorry.
She's like,
scared.
she actually says out. She's like,
Run.
I am. And the door slams shut.
So it seems we need to pay a visit
We
to
should-
Renair. Am I the only one that thinks that right now?
As
We should
we should
find
get
out
as far
what
away
this
from
vault
this
is.
as possible.
The vault as well. The vault as well.
Yep. All right. So these papers, let me sort of cut to the chase a little bit. So there are piles of papers, and there's lots of shit in here. Taking some time. I'm sorry. So, yeah. I'm sorry. I assumed you guys were going to go through the papers, but you're going somewhere else now.
No. Jake's just bringing it up as we're kind of walking down the streets.
Yeah, we're walking and talking.
Neverember's visit.
All right. Let's see. There are a few pieces of important information that you find in this pile of papers. If you spend some time, probably at least an hour, kind of going through these, you find a few different things that are very, very, very interesting. One of them is a list of otherwise banal, crossed-out tasks that includes move the dragon to the Malarkin ceremonial vault.
Oh, dragon.
And that's interesting because what's her name had mentioned that same location. You find another paper. Hang on. It essentially is that. It's a correspondence with Hammond Craddock of the Vintners, Distillers and Brewers Guild, making it clear that Craddock gave Lord Daggalt large bribes to cover up a scandal involving contaminated liquor in the dock ward.
We don't like scandals.
More names. So many names.
Roy, you just got the inspiration.
I did? Oh, you guys are...
Rob gave you inspiration.
Yes, Rob. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's where the inspiration should go. You know it. Hold on. Let me give myself the inspiration. Boom. Thank you, Rob.
And Otter, you get to pick someone too.
Much appreciated. So, Rob, let me ask you. I know there's a delay here. Is that inspiration designed to be helpful to the group or
It's
harmful?
Rob. I can tell you right now, it's harmful.
he says
It's
he-
Rob.
He
it's
said
harmful.
chaos right after he picked you.
Yeah, you got it.
It's
All right.
hurtful.
You got it. No, chaos. Chaos is maybe
Chaos is
helpful.
chaos.
Maybe, yeah.
That's
Chaos
true.
is-
That's true.
That's fair.
Chaos does not
Pick
pick
good
targets.
or
It's
bad.
just random.
All right.
And Sinan is giving you another inspiration. So
More
why
chaos?
is everyone giving Roy inspiration? What the hell
Because
is this?
Roy.
Well, guys,
needs
It's the blue
inspiration.
hair.
It's been
that's all
fun
it is.
playing with you.
If I dye
We're
my
all
hair
gonna
blue,
die.
do I get inspiration? Because
You
I'll
might.
do it.
You might.
I bet you won't.
All right. So you also find in this pile of stuff, there's a letter from Dalakar. It dates actually a few years ago. And it reports on his unsuccessful attempts to infiltrate the Enclave of Red Magic in the Castle Ward. Let's see, there's that. You find that. You find there are several notes. Several notes that apparently pertain to this sort of ceremonial vault built by the Malarkin dwarves beneath Waterdeep centuries ago. These notes detail that the vaults were built by worshippers of Dumathoin, the keeper of the mountain's secrets. You find those. And lastly, you find an interesting, an unsigned letter that says, Dear Lord Neverember, the last of the three eyes has been secured.
What? What? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That
Lots
one's
of
the most
clues.
ominous.
Would that spark anything for me?
It does not.
You all right?
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
You're right.
You're 4 years ago.
All right.
Suspicious that 4 years ago is when Ordath went missing from the monastery. No, I'm joking.
Or
It was him!
had to go away after 4 years ago.
The timeline does sync up.
Run.
What if you gotta tell me something?
The timeline does sync up, and there is a huge part, of course, in the city of Waterdeep, because this is the entire time frame where Lord Dagult Neverember left, and he is currently the leader of oh my goodness, Neverwinter. It's long been said that Dagult had aspirations for Neverwinter, and he was, he's bound there, and he was the Open Lord of Waterdeep, but he left Waterdeep to move to Neverwinter to take up a bigger presence there.
Exactly 4 years ago?
Not exactly, but within that time frame, yeah. And it has been said that within that same time frame, that's when he's been accused of embezzling all of this gold here in Waterdeep. And
While he was in Neverwinter?
No. While he was in Waterdeep, he's accused of it. Because there was the spell plague that caused a lot of tragedy around the entire world. Like all of Faerun was affected. But Lord Neverember was accused of profiteering from the rebuilding of everything from that. And that's where this entire grand game thing has come into play. But he's been in
Neverwinter.
why can I not remember the name? Neverwinter now for the last few years. And for a while he held positions in both, right? For a while he was the Open Lord of Waterdeep and the governor of Neverwinter. But he was eventually sort of, who knows, right? Eventually he left his position of Waterdeep, and you know that he is currently running Neverwinter, and Waterdeep is left, to the new Open Lord and to the rest of their society. Anyway, that's what the big scandal is that supposedly he embezzled a lot of dragons, and they talk on the street is that those dragons are still in the city because it's just too much to have moved to Neverwinter. But who knows?
This is a lot of information. Do we want to tell Mert any of this to look into further?
Oh.
I say we keep the vault at least to ourselves. We can tell him the other things.
All right.
All right. I think I still have a couple paper birds. So Zavroski will write to Mert the two things that don't correspond to the vault.
All right, what things are you sending to Mert?
This one.
I don't like anything that was just said. It makes me uncomfortable.
So the one about the Brewers Guild or bribes in the dock ward,
Yeah, anything that
magic in the castle ward, and the Three Eyes has been secured.
anything that mentions the vault, we keep to ourselves.
Smart.
And
I just think we
Zavroski will-
shouldn't tell Mert anything because Mert's the worst, but it's fine.
I don't know. Mert's helping us with the bar and
But
lots
he's
of stuff.
gonna come back for us and be like, "Oh, remember all these things I did for you? You owe me all of the dragons you found." Like, we know it's gonna happen.
Then we just kill him then.
Now you're thinking like Elona. Why don't we just kill him now?
Because he
Because
could
we
be
don't
useful.
get
looking
anything.
at everyone like,
I just want to kill him now. Let's just
It's
kill
to
him
keep
now.
her calm.
Let's just kill her now.
What do you gain from
Murder.
killing him now other than you don't have to see him again?
That's it. Just not having to see him again. It would help a lot.
Yes, but he could be useful to us. At
Is he
least
ever
for the moment.
useful? Is he ever useful?
He did
Actually,
bring us the
yes.
information
A
about
few
He
this
times,
comes,
lady.
but he
yes.
comes into our bar and then he drinks.
You do know
all
he
of our-
paid for most of the bar and owns part of it, right?
Yeah, but I just don't like him.
He actually paid for all of it.
Let's just kill
I
him.
think he fronted all the money. Is that right?
Yes, he did.
Let's
he did,
just
yeah.
kill him.
All right.
You can't kill him, Elona.
I want to kill him.
He's technically done nothing but good things for us. I'm just putting that out there.
But he has such a punchable face.
Yes,
He does have
and
a punchable
I
face.
also need some, hopefully, potential information from
He's
you.
also he's also potentially helping Orda.
So we wait on the killing him till later.
Fine.
And Elona melts away.
I hate it. I must be nice to this person, or at least not
I'll
kill it.
agree to it, but I won't like it.
Fine.
A
Um,
fine is better than a no.
All right. So, any other plans for this day from the group?
I feel like we should visit Renair because I feel like he might be holding on to
Holding back.
information that he wasn't sharing with us.
More people I don't like.
He was meant to meet with Delacar at our bar. He was the one that was summoned Delacar to our bar to meet with us. I feel like he would have known what Delacar was taking. He knows more than what he let on. That's my feeling.
It's a valid line of questioning that we could go through.
Do I get a punch?
He also might know more about what we read in these papers.
Now, how much are we telling Renee?
That's probably a good thing to discuss before we talk to Renair. I agree.
The less people that know about this potential vault and dragon, the better.
Well, do you think the dragon that they were talking about in Malachar, do you think they were maybe referring to the actual dragons, like the gold?
But wasn't it one dragon?
It
And it would
was
be weird
singular.
to put one
Did
dragon
say more
down.
of the dragon, not
It
Just
dragons.
one.
was singular.
But there's
Jake,
no
you
reason it
could-
couldn't be a
But if
code.
they're working in code, that was what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Exactly.
Or it could be an actual dragon, and we know an actual dragon who might know about other dragons in this area.
Yeah, we could go talk to your friend Zelifan.
We could definitely go talk to Zelifine.
You guys know an actual dragon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's really
yeah.
cool.
He's very nice.
Very
He's practically
friendly
our
dragon.
best friend. He's almost like a brother to me, one would say.
He's a bronze drake.
Yes, I
One
mean
of the
he's not
good ones.
he's not a fully grown dragon, but he's a dragon nonetheless.
You see that, Jake? As Jake says, he's almost a brother to me. He actually puts his hand behind his back. He's almost a brother to me.
But the other thing he may know, but getting a dragon within the city of Waterdeep would be quite the task if it was a single dragon. Like, I feel like hiding all that gold would be easier than getting a dragon past the barriers.
In fact, Zelifarn did mention to Jake at some point that dragons cannot enter the city of
Yeah, it's
Waterdeep.
warded.
That's
right?
why I'm bringing that up now.
Yes, the city is warded, but this vault is supposed to be
Under the ground?
Underground. It could be below the wards.
I guess, but there would need to be an entrance from outside the city to get to it then.
Or in the docks.
Possibly. I
There's
mean,
the
I'm
grab in the
not.
dock ward.
Zelifarn might know of an entrance.
We could split up. Part of us could go talk to Rainier, and the other part of us could go talk to the really cool dragon who I don't hate.
Split the party. Yes, good idea.
Okay, now I really want to split it anyway.
I'm just being
because-
silly.
You really want to split the party
I'm just
now.
being ridiculous. I don't know.
I was like, Roy's got 4 inspiration that he's just ready to burn off.
So
He's
you guys,
killing everybody.
yeah, you guys, like I am a simple.
So is this?
Well, I'll go talk to Zelifar, and if anybody who wants to join me can, because I mean, I've got the ability to summon him with the Thunder Wave. So
I'd rather go talk to the dragon than the rich boy.
Yes, I also would like to go talk to the dragon.
Am I going to talk to Renee solo? I mean, Ordoth hasn't met him before.
Do you
mean,
think he
He could help you with convincing him.
And Renair might have some kind of information on this Jet guy.
Yep, that's actually exactly what I was
All right,
going to
all
ask.
right.
He is a lord of the city, and if Jet was in the city, then Renair might know of him.
Okay,
But
I will go
Zavroski,
with
I
you,
feel like you're safe with this
Zavroski.
guy. He's pretty big.
That's true. That's not what I was worried about when meeting with that.
Mhm.
All right, so who's going where?
Dragon.
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 Yeah, so I guess me and
Dragon.
Zavroski are going to Renee.
So I'm pretty sure I'm the only one with Thunderwave, unless somebody else took it.
No, you got it.
I could just punch the water really hard.
My beard anyway, yeah.
I put my face under the water and just yell.
That too maybe work. Let's see. All right, who wants to go first?
Go with the Renair group first.
Yeah, Renair. All right, so you guys head over to the Never Ember Estate, and this is a huge estate in the city of Waterdeep. This is like old money, the old money of Waterdeep, and you guys get here, and it's this. It's in an older area of town. Not
Before
like
we went, we didn't actually discuss how much we're telling.
That is
Renair.
true. We should probably discuss how much you're telling Renair.
You're more than welcome to adjudicate.
At
that
Zavroski's
yourself.
discretion.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably the most intelligent one in the group as far as that kind of stuff goes. So, and Ordath is more so asking about Jet.
Right.
All right.
So I feel like Zavroski knows what he's doing.
Yeah, so
Sure.
you guys get there and you get outside the gates and you're like, and some guards are like, yes, how can we help you?
The great Zavroski to see Renair.
Renair, why would he want to see anyone? What's your name?
The great Zavroski. I was one of the group that saved Renair's life not too long ago.
Yeah, no idea what
We're,
you're talking
we're
about.
good friends now.
Yes, I'm sure you are. Wait
Also,
here.
Jake Melshimber, usually.
And the gate shuts in your face.
What
And
a
you wait.
dick.
A couple minutes go by, and the gate actually opens completely. And this same guy is like, yes, Lord Zavroski. Renair assures me you are one of his very best friends, and I apologize earlier. I wanted to ensure that my lord was not interrupted by.
Yes, it's always good to be vigilant on security.
Thank you so much for understanding.
Hopefully next time you'll recognize the name.
Oh, I certainly will. Please follow me, sir. And you guys follow them, and of course the usual looks at Ordath as they're all like, and yet every time everyone looks at you, Ordath, every guard that sees you, their hand instinctively heads towards the weapon, and they sort of like wait and watch, like as if any moment they're expecting you to just pillage them all.
Yeah.
Um,
Ordoff is used to the looks, and
yeah,
he
it's-
knows that
Bunch of
in
racist
hand-to-hand
fucks.
combat,
He's a
would
9
literally
foot
crush
tall,
them.
like
He doesn't
Yeah,
sweat it.
yeah,
He
but
just
also-
smiles
them
and
no
waves.
reason to act that way.
Alona read a bunch of things, a bunch of racist journals recently, so
Alona's-
everyone who's racist needs to watch out.
Elona's not here.
I know
Yeah.
Alona's not.
And
racist.
yeah, so Ordath, this is your usual, right? Everywhere you go, people are
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like scared of you or on guard from you. And most of everyone that sees you sort of slinks back from you. In fact, one thing you've sort of figured out in your life is a metric by which you judge the bravery of someone is how much they slink away from you. There are only a few guards, that actually stand and grab their weapon as opposed to stepping back and reaching for their weapon. And you've come to know that as a metric of a person, the measure of a person, and they're sort of what they're made from, in your mind at least. So you guys head into the estate, and these are huge estates. They're not well populated. There aren't many people here. And you get, like I said, you get the idea that this is old money. This is established money. There aren't a lot of people currently trying to curry favor with this estate. So it's relatively quiet as far as noble estates go. And you guys do find Neverember. I'm sorry, Renair. Neverember, and he brings you into this room, and he has got this giant table out, and he's like, and Zavroski, he sees you, Zavroski, Zavroski, and he comes across and he hugs you warmly. He's like,
Renair!
my savior, the person who saved my life upon a time. I cannot I cannot be more grateful to you. Please come in. Take what is mine is yours. Help yourself to this entire estate. If you... What the...
And it's a new friend.
Hello.
Yes. Okay. Welcome, friend of Zavroski's. I am Renair Neverember, Lord,
It is
I
a
suppose,
pleasure
of
to
this
meet you.
estate. Yes. Please make yourselves at home, my friends. Please, 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 come in. And he does. He warmly brings you in, and he brings you wine, and he's like, friends, please. These are my very best of friends. They must be taken exquisite care of. How can I help you this day?
Well, we've been following up on Dalakar.
Dalakar. Indeed.
Is there anyone you don't trust to hear the words we will talk about?
Well, who knows? I'm sure all of these servants are under the employ of my father. I have no doubt that any word spoken in this entire state gets brought back to my father. Am I wrong? And one of the servants coming up to them pours the wine. He's like, pours the wine. He goes off and he's like, yes. See, as I said, everything I do, my entire existence, ruled by my name, by my father. Oh, God, would that I could just change my name and be done with it once and for all. But how can I help you, my friends?
There's high magics that you look different, but
Looking
for another
different.
time.
Yes, no. This is my burden. My father he did a great wrong to this city. A great wrong. One that I hope to amend at some point. But
Well, in that subject, we met Elaine.
Kalaine. I know that name. She's an artist. She was a
Yes,
friend of my father's.
Your father's friend.
Yes. Yes. Fine. He actually drinks. He's like, pours himself another drink. Yes, friend. We'll
In
go with
fact,
that.
It seems like she's still enamored with him, and also a little bit loopy.
She was a nice woman. She was a nice woman, and she indeed tried to be nice to me. Though I'm not sure my father did well by her.
I don't think so.
Yes.
She's still a very talented artist.
Are you in touch with her?
Well, we had a brief visit, as it seemed like it was more pertinent to leave quickly after some dealings with her.
Yes,
But
I have.
We took some papers that
I think
are of
she took.
interest.
I think she took my father's relationship hard. I think she took it hard. I think that she struggled a bit to begin with, but when my father was cruel to her, let's be honest. I think that she did not do well with that, and I worry for her safety. In fact, but you say she's still making art.
Lots, yes.
Oh, that's good. I do not know a more
selling,
talented.
It doesn't seem like, but making.
I do not. I have never known a more talented painter than her. The lifelike painting she could create from the brush and paint. It was amazing to me. Always amazing to me. So, how may I help you?
We found some papers about some of the situation. I was wondering what you may know about these things.
All right. What papers? Show me.
He'll start with showing off the letter about Dalakar trying to infiltrate the red magic circle, or the enclave of red magic in the castle.
This is from 4 years ago.
It's
I know nothing of this. I apologize.
What about this one? He shows the last of the three eyes has been secured.
The three eyes.
Also 4 years ago. It seems like this is around the time before Lord Neverember left the city.
You know, it's funny. I always assumed that these rumors of my father's great collection of wealth were false and just a thing of fancy. But the more of these clues I find, the more I wonder, perhaps he does have something hidden here. Something of tremendous value hidden here in the city. I would be interested in finding this, of course. In fact, if he did, I would, well, as you can imagine, if Lord Never Ember owns this trove, surely that trove then belongs to me as the sitting son of Lord Never Ember. Anything found, I would of course claim for my own. Perhaps, do you have some leads on this? Do you think this is a real thing, Zavroski?
It could be, yes. I mean, there's these papers. I was hoping you might have information.
If I knew more, I would certainly have followed up on it by then. But have no doubt, if you're able to find this trove, this treasure that my father owns, he is no longer in town, and I am the current Lord Never Ember of Waterdeep. Not the open lord, of course, but I am Lord Never Ember. And if this trove were to be found, it would be mine, of course, as my father owned it. And if you can find this, Zavroski, I would be willing to pay you tremendously.
Definitely keep that in mind.
Indeed.
I've one more note here that maybe will spark a memory for you. It's, something about the cover-up of a large bribe in the dock ward. It says there's some correspondence between Hammond and Craddock of the Adventurers, Distillers, and Brewers Guild.
Yes, when you're the open lord of Waterdeep, there are many.
Well, I'm sure you get bribed all the time.
There are many things that come up, and you have to establish many relationships. I do not like my father. I believe he was corrupt to the core, and I do not find this surprising. In fact, I find it only adding to the mantle of guilt that my father currently wears. That seems like the exact kind of deal that my father would have followed. And that is why it is good that he is gone. And that is also why I try to separate myself from the Never Ember name. Because I do not want to be associated with the failings of my father. Still,
it's good you make an effort. I can see it.
I try. But one could certainly use this money. And I have the connections to safeguard and spend that type of coin. This is you're of course chasing after Never Ember's Enigma. Am I wrong?
Oh, yes, I thought
Yes.
you already knew that.
Well,
We asked you about this so long ago.
It seems such folly. It really does. But since then, not only you, but other whispers I've heard, apparently there's a movement. There are several factions here, and I'm not much integrated in the machinations of Waterdeep. I don't want to be, because
no one has tried to ally themselves with you yet.
oh, many have, of course, right? But in this time, this is where you have to go back to your friends, the people that you know you can count on, people that will come to a warehouse and save you from certain doom in a warehouse. Those are the kind of people you need to put your trust in my opinion. You, Zavroski,
Of course.
and he looks at Orith. And
He would have done the same if he was with us.
your friend here, I suppose. You are the kind of person that I lean on in these types of times. But I have and he looks around at the opulent place where he lives. I am not in great need. And I find that the more I try to immerse myself in the dealings of Waterdeep, the more trouble it brings to me. So if I were left to my druthers, honestly, I would just ride things out. I would just enjoy my position and, well. But you, Zavroski, I recognize are younger and poorer than I. I don't mean that. I don't mean that.
Maybe in future conversations, don't say it quite like that.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
no, I get you. I get
He's
you.
gonna get
We're all
attacked by
laughs.
Cole and Elona.
I
Cole
get
and
you.
Elona felt that as they were
Well,
walking
right.
somewhere
Well, that
else.
may be true, sir. That's nobody likes
Butter
you.
in our
No.
soul.
Like,
And the funny part of Renair,
disrespected by a noble.
the funny part of Renair is that he is like a sort of enlightened noble, right? Because nobles all are like, our blood is better than your blood, so we're, you're just an inferior species of thing.
Yeah.
And Renair is sort of an enlightened person where he's like, of course, like his upbringing as my blood is better than your blood, but he also sort of recognizes the value of human life. So he's like in this sort of intermediary kind of place where he's like trying to figure out how he feels about that. Like is blood really the determining factor, or is merit, like self-merit, the determining factor? He's kind of somewhere in the middle of that whole thing. So this is a good example of him sort of trying to reconcile those dichotomies within his psyche. And you're like, yes, well, of course. No, not that I mean that you're less than me, just that you are, well,
I
poor.
understand, Renner. Just a poor choice of words.
Yes, well, fine. Understood.
Someone
Understood.
with less sense of humor would take offense.
Yes. Well, look, Zavroski, I owe a life debt to. Anything you need from me, I will give you. You want to stay here? Come, stay. Be my guest. As long as you would like. Stay in the estate, the Neverember estate. It is yours for the taking. It's yours. I'm
That's
really ever
very
here.
generous. I do have a bar to run.
Well, a bar. Fine. If a bar is better accommodations than this place.
And not necessarily better accommodations, but it does make me more money. And as a poorer person than yourself,
Yes, Sam.
sometimes I need to make some money.
He actually takes you literally. He's like, yes, I understand. Yes.
Oh, God damn it.
Must be hard to have to earn a living, but well, it's good
Oh
that
my
you do
God.
so. It's good that you work for this, Zavroski.
Anyways, Renner.
Yes.
My friend here actually came since you.
I'm so glad I'm not there.
I hate nobles so much.
I
There's
was
a lot
hoping
to hate
to
about
get
them.
some help for my friend.
Yes,
He's,
your
looking
friend.
For a friend of his. Maybe
Yes,
you've heard.
Zavroski's friend. Yes.
Ardath.
How may I help you, Lord Ardath? Lord? No, not Lord
Yes,
Ardath.
no, I am no lord, but thank you for your hospitality. I am actually in search of my mentor. He is a priest of Cord, and his name is Jet Broom. He is a fire genasi. Have you seen or heard of a priest of Cord matching that description passing through town in the last 3 weeks?
I have not. But you are a friend of Zavroski, and any friend of Zavroski is a friend of mine. And I know a man who knows many, many things. And I will follow up with this man. And
Are
I
you
will.
perhaps talking about Mert, Renner?
He sort of.
God damn it. God damn it.
Is that the guy that we spoke to earlier? He looks at Zavroski saying
Yes,
that.
we were already.
I.
You know, Mert is in
okay.
business with our tavern, right, Renner?
Yeah.
He's a
yes.
part owner, so we have correspondence with him every once in a while.
Well, I don't just know Mert. Well, then why are you coming here if you already talked to Mert? For Pete's sake, Zavroski, come on.
Because you might have some other friends that have seen a fire genasi. They're not exactly common to walk around the city.
Zavroski, do you know how I spend my days?
Sometimes you party. Maybe you've seen a fire genasi.
Drunk,
You're out.
Zavroski. Drunk
Well,
is how I spend my days. That's
That seems to be a common occurrence around here, from what I'm seeing.
apparently so. I need to be a noble. All right. So, shit, what
God, that
time?
was painful to watch.
Yeah, I know.
Nobles.
so
between-
good that Zavroski was the only one that went.
Yeah, oh my
And this
God.
is
Maybe
why
Jake?
this group went to see the dragon instead of Renair.
100%.
If Cole and Elona were there, there would have been hell to pay.
Oh man, this is awesome.
I feel
oh my
like
God.
Cole could have held himself back and showed some restraint, but Elona
Oh no,
definitely-
Elona would have been that would have been that would have been
a mess
it.
with
Let's
Yeah.
go, bitch!
That would have been it. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
The whole time Ordolph's just holding her back like, no.
Stop it! Yeah, she would have turned into a rabid chihuahua at that point.
Oh my God. All right. Shit. All right. Fine. It's time. Fine.
Sorry, we can keep going.
No.
4 in the
Well,
morning.
You want to run late? We'll run late.
We can wait for the dragon talk next week. At
I'm
least
okay having a dragon talk now.
anticipation.
yeah. All
If
right.
you want to.
I can do Dragon Talk. I don't care.
I feel like good shows
Whatever you
end
wanna
on
do, Roy.
cliffhangers.
Yep. Okay. No, we're at time. This stream is about being punctual. Damn it, because we're.
Since when?
Huh?
I mean, I went 30 minutes over last week, so
So we got 23 minutes. Let's go.
it's whether or not you want to leave something up in the air.
Yeah, let's do that. So we are going to. So the scene in Renair's estate closes as everyone is laughing, as everyone kind of gets the idea that, like I said, Renair genuinely feels like a guy who's like he's very what's the current terminology? Woke. He's very woke for a noble, but that's a preposterously relative term because. Let's face it, you guys.
You broke Anna.
Uh-oh, Anna.
Woke broke
Anna
Anna.
actually is not working.
Woke broke
Use the
Anna.
term woke.
Hell yeah, he's woke.
I'm trying to
He-
relate to
he-
the. I'm trying to like relate to the audience. I'm trying to connect with our.
How
current-
do I reach these keys?
They say woke a lot. Yes.
Is that what the kids still say?
I
I'm
don't.
gonna tell you right now, no one legitimately uses the term woke.
What? Come on. Okay, fine. Well,
No one.
Before we end, I just want to point out as Elona and Cole and Jake are walking through the streets, Jake looks to Cole and says, "There's something I need to tell you, Cole," as he peels off his left-handed glove. Fade to black.
Bam. There's your
what?
There's your
Uh-oh.
cliffhanger.
Oh man. So I suppose if we want to find out what Jake is trying to tell Cole, we're gonna have to
I
come
know
in.
that's Cole's response that we were interested
Yeah.
in finding out.
Or
Oh, yeah.
is Jake pulling off the glove to slap him and challenge him to a duel?
I have no idea.
Both
Who knows? You'll have to tune
viable
in next week.
things that Jake would
All
probably.
viable things.
According from this group, there's no telling. There's truly no telling.
Keep you on your toes, Roy.
I love it. No. Look, I'm like basically like in the audience, like yeah, audience, like whatever, right? So next week we are going to find out what Jake is trying to reveal to Cole by taking the glove off. We're going to also find out how exactly Zavroski and Ardath were able to leave the Neverember estate without punching that prick.
Piece of shit noble.
That's right. So hopefully we will see you all next week and we'll find out the answers to all these questions. Until then,
Nerd out!
Out.
God, you guys are amazing. What?